There's the screen. There's the screen. Cool. So who remembers what happened last time? Or enough to be able to tell me in some way, shape, or form.
We got a new job, and the job was to investigate an aircraft crash. The preface of it was that dude was found dead in a truck with his jaw torn off and claw marks on his face. His hooker girlfriend was dead in the house with blue gunk and blood all over her face. And then the guy's corpse turned into black glass like or blue black glass like stuff the moment the sun rose and hit it. It sort of just crumbled down. We left to check out the airplane crash that was delivering some cellular matter that had human-like characteristics but was blue in treat bags. We found a place no one else had been allowed to go there. Dr. Gorm found the black box, and based on that, it sounded like something either took over or consumed the pilots because we found no bodies, and then purposefully crashed the plane. We followed weird tracks and found a clearing with where apparently a lot of deer had been, but there was blood and no bodies. So that thing apparently eats things and just disappears the bodies completely. We kind of lost the tracks where it had messed up the ground, but the weird tracks had turned into tracks of several hands and legs, like it was an amalgamation. We did some digging, split the party because that's smart. Guybrush and Gorm went to a morgue to check out the bodies of the people who had been who that still existed, and did a bunch of tests on them, while Tortilla and Gunna went to try and track the monster in the nearby settlements closer to the crash site. And Team Gun found out that apparently a bear had stolen a car, while the other team found out that the monster or whatever goop it leaves behind, well, the cellular substance slime thing, is highly allergic to sunlight, especially particular UV rays. Yeah,
Yes.
about that mostly.
About that. Yeah, a bunch of other stuff, but it was a session full of learning things.
Yes.
Lots and lots of stuff.
Two very important notes. First of all, Guybrush and Gorm haven't told Stone that the monster can probably shape into something else. Now that it might be obvious to Stone now that he's been kept out since he heard of a bear. Anyway, next up, Gorm got to know that Delta Green doesn't condone just randomly killing civilians, apparently.
And he was really shocked at this.
Yeah, like I mean that kind of organization. Oh,
I wanted to shoot the competing doctor.
Yeah, to reiterate, Delta Green's general policy on bystanders is that the stuff's often crazy enough that they can have some sort of cover story for it, or they can recruit people, or if they had actual malice, yeah, okay, then they will be dealt with afterwards during the cleanup process. It is not your job to be like, this guy knows something, bang! That is not your job, unless, the risk of them spreading the information far and wide falls into the category of your objective, which is, identify and contain the unnatural threats, prevent further unnatural threats from developing, prevent public awareness of the unnatural. That third one, little bit, Obviously, if it looks like, a monster is heading right into a town, maybe try to lure it away, because that's very hard to contain. But if it's one guy who sees something sort of weird, Yeah, maybe talk to the guy first. They're probably more of an asset than anything else. But if it's a journalist, they're like, I'm going to record this and put it online and then tell everyone this is here with a high definition camera. Maybe try to stop that.
So could we get rights to play as AFK?
Oh, right.
No.
I don't think I made that as a token so you can move it, but I can just give this token to everyone, all players. And AFK. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Like
the tokens here, so you can just
as-
sort of put that over someone. If you want it in the chat, that doesn't make a lot of sense since we generally don't look at the chat when someone's AFK. And
Sure,
yeah,
that works too.
Previously we had it so you could put your profile picture to AFK and then it would show it at the bottom. But since that's not on for me right now, that wouldn't really do anything. Since we're not
sense.
looking at a battle map the whole time, it made more sense in D&D to do that.
Yeah.
In this one, it's like, I'm AFK. Works. Okay, put Gordon AFK.
Yep. Yeah, you can leave it there. Oh.
What, you're going AFK?
Yeah, I have food to prepare, but I'm almost done.
Okay, great. Gorm's AFK. AFG. AF Gorm. It's fine. Just let us know when you're back. Anyway, last time, multiple things happened. Let's see. There was a crash. You followed the crash trail that you found through the forest. Then all of a sudden, in a big furrowed area, you lost track of it. Then you decided to stake out near one of the towns, and then all of a sudden you got a clue. You overheard that a car got stolen by a bear in the middle of the night, which you then tracked, which then crashed not much further along the road east, where it was abandoned on the side of the road, and you were going to investigate that this time. That would be the two brutes of the team, Matteo and Agent Stone.
Team good.
Team action hero, as opposed to team nerd.
If you can take the lead, Matteo, I have something going on here a little bit. I'm listening, but like...
Matteo is taking care of Chad right now. Matteo must get smoke for girlfriend. Matteo is here.
Motherly smoke.
If you can take the lead, then please do. Agent Stone is currently picking his nose very intently. Matteo, clean his nose.
No.
You put one of those little enemas suck blow things that you give to little children when you gotta suck out an orifice. I remember the Japanese using those things for some reason to give enemas now that I think of it. Why the fuck is that a thing over there and nowhere else in the world? Are enemas just way too common? We're getting on the wrong topic. Matteo, what are you doing?
An enema.
Please don't give him an enema. What are you doing? Like I said, you are aware that in the forest where the plane crash happened, something escaped from the plane crash, or perhaps something found the plane crash, into the woods. You have staked out an area nearby, and now you have a clue that something stole a car and drove for a while, and then crashed it. That is the only lead you have.
I guess I'm trying to hold Agent Stone back until we get reinforcements, because I'm sure as fuck not going in there with just the two of us.
Okay, yeah, I imagine Agent Stone going, we must check out that car crash. Let's go. And then Matteo goes, no.
Nope. We have reinforcements.
What sort of reinforcements are you expecting?
Wait for the reinforcements?
I mean, you're the guys. You both have flamethrowers. I'm pretty sure he got those for you last time, as well as whatever other weapons he deemed necessary in the trunk of the car. And
how far away did the Gorm and Guybrush go, actually? I can't remember. How far away are they?
They are currently like half a day's travel away. They
Oh,
are in the
shit.
general area of. Did I actually put this picture here? That's probably a good clue for me to put this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Images, images.
Yeah, I guess we don't have any
Images. There we go.
reinforcements then.
They are in the other zone, away from you. I mean, you can call them in, but obviously this is the danger of splitting the party. They are in the greater Seattle area where Mr. Greaves, the man who was found dead, where his home is, and the police department was investigating it, as well as the explosion that happened at the mall in that area. But if you're unsure and want to discuss that first, then we simply go back to Dr. Gorm, who's also AFK.
Well, I mean, I would at least try and get like the local law enforcement to back us up. if
Well, I
nothing
mean,
else.
they're going to say, well, what do you want us to do?
Well, bring more guns.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Have to fetch it up.
So
So basically, we see the car, and like Matteo is not like ready to clean.
Mateo is scared to clean.
I mean,
This
I'm
car
ready
might
to
be
clean,
too
just
dirty
not
for
ready
him.
to die.
What is there anybody witnessing this? Are we alone? Are there spectators? Is it the middle of the night? Is it the daytime?
It
How
is
far
currently is currently 15 o'clock.
Okay.
It is during the day, and all it is a car abandoned on the side of the road as it crashed into a ditch. That's it. That's the entire thing. You were told, yeah, oh, that car that was missing, it's right there. It's not like it's right there and there's something moving inside. Or it's right there and there's a huge crowd surrounding it as a man is wounded and stumbling out, leaking pus and exploding. Like, no, just a car. That's it.
Wait,
Okay,
huge
Matteo,
crowd?
cover me. And
What weapons do you take with
like
you?
approach it, like trying to see if there's any tracks like leading out of the car.
Right. Leading from the car, the passenger door is swung open and clearly a little damaged on its hinges. And other than that, there are some tracks from something quite heavy leading into the nearby forest again, although this area is a lot less densely forested. Continuing east.
I'm gonna take a look inside the car,
Sure.
just to see if there's anything like that will something remarkable.
Inside the car, you will see that the leather seat of the driver's seat is somewhat damaged, as if the leather just sort of got ripped off the seat in the vague shape of a person sitting there. The extremities of the car, like outside the range of where a person would normally just sit, all look that they were sort of scratched and bent and ripped. And the pedals of the gas and the brake and the wheel all look like they were crushed under a great deal of force. But other than that, yeah, it looked like someone was driving and then drove into a ditch because they weren't a great driver.
Yeah, like Nathan is just going to like let out like a loud like a laugh, like the sort of laugh that you like bring out when you cannot believe what you're seeing or thinking about the situation. There's no belongings, nothing like dropped on the floor, anything like hidden. Should I maybe roll a search?
You should roll a search.
Okay, let's do that. Search.
Let me help you.
Yeah. And a fail, sadly. Yeah, I cannot find anything.
Is that including the
With
help?
the help. No.
Is there help?
That's with the help.
Yes, Mateo.
Yes.
He just said, let me help you.
I got Matteo's like covering and hiding behind the bushes somewhere.
He sort of is. Okay, luck roll. Okay, no, that's good luck. So he didn't fall asleep, so I'll count it as a help. You do a quick search over of the car with the two of you, but you're fairly certain Yes.
Then
Yes.
I won't fail.
Well, plus 20, it's not a failure. So,
Yeah, I succeed.
so as a success, with the two of you looking, you give the car a once over. All you seem to find real quick in dashboard, any belongings, any stuff that you were sort of hoping to find, like maybe there's a goo imprint or something, or flesh sloshed off, or a message. No, it seems like the car is very abandoned, and that outline in the leather seat, yeah, it's like the leather was eaten away in the form of a person. That is definitely new. There doesn't seem to be any residue.
Well,
It's
Agent
just
like
don't
acid?
take any chances.
Like
He's
some
going to, like,
really
burn.
heavy cleaning agent or something?
Yes, actually, it would be something that Matteo would look at and be like, "Oh, someone used extremely heavy caustic cleaning agent here. It eat away all the leather exactly in the shape of sort of a huge, bulky person sitting here."
Burn, 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 car.
Yeah. You can also see that where the shoulders would sort of have been of this vaguely human shape that sat here, it also sort of slouched over to the passenger seat and sort of sat there too, as well as part of the back seat.
Are you saying that there was multiple things inside this car?
No, I'm saying it
How does
looked
the
like
back
there
seat
was
look like?
one giant sort of folded bent thing driving here.
Okay.
Which is
I'm
probably
gonna
why they crashed, because
burn the inside of the car.
that's a very fair reaction. You're
Yeah, if
certain
there's
that
any
there's
pilot-
nothing of interest to find in there right now. Okay, you use your flamethrowers and you torch the car.
So, Matteo, are you ready to hunt the big game? Like Nathan is like bulging his huge muscles, like that he's ready for anything.
It's work.
Okay. Yeah, there is something vaguely resembling a track leading into the less dense forested area. Let me see if I can get the... Let's see, is there a photo of this area? There might not be. Because it's just the state Montana, and I want to avoid opening Google Maps for everything. It's a combination of...
keeping my eyes and ears open for any snap of a branch anywhere.
Mm-hmm. As you track him through that area, let's see what would happen. Where shall we focus?
Nathan will switch to rifle because he needs more like a distance. He has it ready, loaded,
Mr.
ready to
Stone.
shoot any moment.
Did we report to Dr. Gorman, the guybrush guy?
What do you think about what can the nerds do for us? Seriously.
Yeah, you're right. I let him take point and I quickly shoot up a message of our location. Crashed car, big blob into the woods, we're going in.
Alrighty.
You get a
Just so
response.
we don't go like, you know, MIA all of a sudden with no fucking message or nothing.
We let them know when we have something to report.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let them know right now. You could probably, if it's like a group thing, you can feel your phone just buzzing right now.
Yeah, and you would probably get a response. What are we doing at the moment when they're doing this? Are we still poking at the corpse?
The other team, let's see. Yeah, up to, it's currently 3 o'clock, and you guys just put the body in the incinerator, and then Team Stone went to do stuff.
Okay. So we would be that would be the interesting part done for Mr. Brush. So
yes.
you would probably get a response pretty soon, like, do not go in. Don't tell Stone this thing changes shape, eats people. Also very sensitive to sunlight. Better to go during the day.
Yeah, it is currently
do not
during
fight
the
in
day.
shadows.
Okay, yeah, we are luckily going
Yeah.
during the day. But what? Do not tell stone.
Yeah, do not tell stone. This thing changes shape and eats things.
Yeah. Speaking of, this car has probably been here, as it was reported, since somewhere 9 o'clock in the morning. Right when daylight would have started really being present in the area.
Okay. Okay.
Based on, reports you've gotten from before that time.
Mm.
As for you guys following it through the area and simply trying to track it for the purpose of determining the skill, which of you do you think would be better at tracking in a case like this? Probably Agent Stone, right?
Actually, I have no clue. Let me see. Do I actually have any skill for this?
Since
Do
it's
we
a bit
have
more of
any
a... I want to
What
say like
would be
nature
the
or survival
appropriate skill for
tracking.
this?
Survival is a skill. I'm sort of thinking it's survival because it's very much a bushcraft kind of thing.
I'm not very bushcraft kind of guy. No.
Well, I have 50 on it.
Yeah, that's a very decent skill in this. Mateo, you don't have the skill, right? You just have the base 10%?
Base 10%?
Yeah, okay. So no help for that one. You're just there as an extra gun and a set of eyes.
Yeah. And also, like Nathan is going to check out his Google Maps or whatever. Always to know that what is ahead, because this thing most likely is going to search for things to eat. And it actually had a car, so it's smart. So it's actually heading for somewhere. So we are not going to go blindly, but I'm going to throw the survival here. And it's a fail.
Okay.
Revert market.
Yep, it's not a crit fail, but it means that you do your best trying to follow the trail through the area, but it's going slow. And eventually you are certain that other than this thing heading west in a pretty determined route, eventually you just sort of lose the trail again. You backtrack, you try to find it again. Nope.
And Agent Stone is gonna call the guy with the dog to basically meet us here, like in half an hour or an hour, depending how far he is. And then we can
That's
maybe
fine.
move for the nerds. Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a larger amount of time than you maybe want, but you spend the rest of the day trying to follow the trails again. Let me also just include that. Follow with dog. Slower, but let's see. Would that? This is very much a sort of how does the dog feel like performing? Poorly.
Nathan is more like that. If the dog is scared to go in one direction, that is the direction where we're going.
Yes. No definitive endpoint found. Found, but everything points.
It's a little bit chilly. Let's stay out in the sun. Okay. We just go from up there. This is more sun.
Now,
it's much warmer.
You're tracking this thing, and you're at the very least the two of you, smart enough to know. Okay, it's going somewhere in a straight line. It seems to be acting determined. It's not just roaming. It's not what you were suspecting before. Going for easy food. It's not like, oh, I need a deer. Let me just blah, 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 or I see one. I'm going to chase it through the woods for a while. It's just going in a direction very.
Do we have what kind of map do we have available here?
Well, there's the small map, which is of the crash area. There's the larger app of the Seattle area, and other than that, it would need to be Google Maps again.
These are in character. What we're dealing with.
You would just have a map of the state and a map of the state Montana, which is neighboring this. It sort of would have just entered that. Along.
Right.
Is this
Any markings
is this the
of
90?
like
the
caves?
Any markings of caves? Ooh. Let's see. If I search for caves, Montana, because There is the Lewis and Clark Cavern State Park. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, Montana probably, because it's a mountainous area that you're in right now. So there would be more than enough caves. Let's see. Oh God, it's it's such a big area to just quickly make some statements on. It's a big ass state. That's
Yeah, so answer is yes. And everywhere.
yes. So that makes it a little trickier to determine, obviously. Let's see if I can, because you guys are seeing, okay, it's heading in a specific direction. And you should, based on that, be able to sort of determine, well, it's clearly not going here. It's going in a line across this area. Let's see if I can just get you a quick map of the state with that in mind.
Are you sharing something? Because we
Hold on.
cannot see anything.
No, not yet. Towards... Can I get you this as a map? Let's see, and where are you right now? I'm just going to put this as a picture as opposed to the other stuff. And then I'm going to put this as a map on the Roll20. Where is it? Here it is. Good. Because these towns are also just real towns, you can probably just look them up yourself and refer to places. But this allows me to also draw on it. So, Washington, there's the Seattle area over here. This is not a good way to draw this. Extra thick. Red. Good. There's the Seattle area. And there's the place where it crashed. Is, what was the official name? Highway 12. Missoula and Lolo. Lolo National Park. That would be here. And currently, there's Missoula on the little map. And from what you can tell, it is following this route. It seems to currently be interested in going in this direction.
That's east, or is it?
Well, that's east, yes.
Okay, you said west earlier.
No.
Just clarifying.
I might have, because I tend to mix up east and west for some fucking reason. Sorry. That's why the map's here. Also, these maps and stuff is here so people can, make drawings on them. Draw dicks on. Don't draw dicks on them. Only I am allowed to draw dicks on them.
What do we know about the Crow Reservation?
The what reservation?
The Crow Reservation sounds like some Indian area.
The Crow Reservation is just based on regular information. Something specific. The Crow Indian Reservation, homeland to the Crow tribe, established 18-something or another. Part of Yellowstone, Trader counties. Let's see. The largest of the 7 Indian reservations in Montana. Largely it is a combination of plains and farmland. I'm not exactly sure what sort of information you're looking for here. There's no particular thing that makes you think it would be going here, other than it is in the general direction of it.
Okay, how about other like towns, the Bozeman, Billings, Harding, Miles City? Is there anything that like makes us to think that they might be a target? Something special there that our characters know?
Well, you make a note of the various towns in the direction, but because you approach this from the research of just the crash, you currently have nothing that connects it to any of those towns as far as you know.
Yeah, I have a hunch, but that's about it.
Well, I mean, feel free to share a hunch because it's all we have here.
No,
I mean, also because you know
I was explicitly told not to use that hunch.
You were? By who? Did I tell you not to hunch?
No, it was what's his name, Guybrush.
Guybrush, have you been pre-reading the material and telling him not to go with a hunch?
What?
It was
what hunch?
shape shifting and not telling Stone
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just don't tell Stone that this thing can shapeshift, which is what we agreed with Gorm.
Yeah, but it's not like Matteo has any obligation to follow our hunch because it's another hunch. Just hunchy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is something that we established last session already. That you can probably shapeshift or take control of bodies.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty self-explanatory considering what we saw, but I don't know how
Yeah.
fast wits this stone guy has, so I'll just leave it out of the picture now since you asked.
You speak in pidgin English and he's just lost. Do not tell own A about ape ifting A. And you're like, what? What the fuck are you talking about?
Must be Canadian or Mexican. I can't understand that. Speak damn English. It's American.
I would suggest that we follow the path. I mean, if it took a car, it's probably gonna end up going through the towns. Maybe it'll have better luck with the next car. I mean, then we might just lose track of it. But
Based on
really
the distance
like
it got with this one, it doesn't seem to be great at driving.
Yet.
And maybe it'll learn. Maybe it's adapting.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion it might learn, which is why I kind of want to know where it's gonna try to pick up its next.
Yep. Well, maybe the other team can get you that. East somewhere.
Well,
yeah, and at that point, it's sort of the end of day. End of day for team. Meanwhile,
I
the
have
others.
a specific idea about the car, but it was torched and I didn't see it.
I do want to definitely stay the night in town instead of just chasing it through the woods, based on the information I was given.
Yeah, particularly the information that sunlight hurts it. You can probably guess that it's active at night, which means that if you encounter it at night and you're not prepared for it, things would be pretty bad. Or alternatively, if you encounter it during the day, that would be good for you. Aside from, whatever else it does.
Yeah.
Anyway, other team, you have about half a day left after you incinerate that body. You've briefly talked to the other team. You know they're chasing something from the crash in the direction of east. What do you do with the rest of your day? Because some stuff happened.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that they just decided to completely run off after a rabbit,
True.
Should we go and try and catch up with them, or should we actually try and maintain our pace here, since we are here, and go investigate the bombing?
Well, did our handler not say that the bombing has nothing to do with us or...
Well, sure.
As far as the handler knows, at least. The handler might just be as in the dark as anyone.
Yeah, and he
We have
he said like if he bumps into the information.
Right. I think we should wait until we hear whether or not it's involved in our mission. I mean, this is the United States, shootings and blowings up. Could be anything. Personally, I
Oh,
would
well.
rather visit the initial crime scene of the house.
Fair enough. You make
Yes,
your way back
the
to the initial
laboratory
crime scene.
was good to see.
Yes.
Now, the initial scene. Scrolling back to the miscellaneous and what you could investigate. Now that it's been a little bit, so bodies have obviously been removed. A police cordon has been set up as the investigation is pending. But you guys having authority can come in and investigate all you want. The big annoying thing about this building that you would have been informed about, which sparked a lot of this problems in the first place, was that the house has a large laboratory in it. Right? Just in case people forgot. That's sort of one of the things that sparked all of this in the first place.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I want to investigate. I'm not that interested in the other stuff.
Right. Let's repeat real quick what the official briefing was, just because it's important. Finds front door open. Officers enter the house. They find another body. Later identified to be the girlfriend. Then they report that the mouth is covered in blood, congealed, and whatnot. Now, they do some investigation, and at... where is it?
They found
enter
a secret door behind the boiler or something.
Yes. Strange tracks to the closet that holds the furnace. Behind the furnace, Dunger finds a wall strained on a hinge, swinging freely. Behind it is a room built at what had in the past been the garage. In the hidden room, an extensive biohazard lab complete with air scrubbers and air conditioner that maintains negative air pressure, at which point the CDC was alerted and the FBI. A biohazard tent is built around the house. Everyone who's been exposed to the house or to his body has been removed and quarantined. If you want to investigate this place, obviously you would be wearing some sort of biohazard suit.
Mm-hmm.
But you are permitted to come and investigate however you want.
All right. So, building up before the tent. So, what equipment did you bring as I take out my case?
My rubber gloves.
You put your rubber gloves on over your biohazard suit.
Yes. Yes. Why don't you try blowing it? Blowing in it. Maybe it's maybe it helps you better that way.
Blowing in your hazard suit, you fog
yes,
up
that's
the visor.
That's the joke. Like, come on, dude. Okay. Well, you don't have a I don't know, forensics, equipment, taking fingerprints and all that.
That would be something he does have with him, but it's like special equipment. It's like, oh, well, that's the normal stuff for a crime scene.
God, what the fuck is this?
I thought you meant anything special.
Like those rubber gloves on your suit. Well, anyway.
These aren't special. These are normal.
I'll take your word for it. Okay. We probably... Do we want to be armed? Do weapons even help against this? We should probably be armed.
You probably should be. I mean, you're aware enough that as Delta Green, you can encounter whatever the fuck. So
yeah,
if some big spider thing suddenly walks at you, you wouldn't be surprised. Well, I mean, you would be a little surprised, but I mean, you would be prepared for it. Like, oh god, Resident Evil spiders, and then you'd all take a few ticks of insanity and shoot it and go home.
So yeah, I have my weapon. I have my case of for studying artifacts, and a flashlight.
Yes,
I can't rely on the electrical grid
Yes.
inside the house.
Now, there's a few things in the area that are worth investigating while you are here. There's, of course, the footprints that were mentioned, the tiny footprints that were walking through the house. There's the lab itself. Then you probably want to know the sort of construction and hiding that was in place. And you probably want to know stuff about the victims, which you haven't really gone into yet, but this is the place to check that sort of stuff out, alongside any records you would have no doubt pulled up from the police while you were doing the autopsy stuff.
Yeah, a bit of background stuff about them. Well, we did figure out that she was a lady of the night, quote unquote girlfriend to the older guy.
Right.
We dug a little bit about
nocturnal
her,
bird. So to speak.
yes.
A little bit of the basics, like, hey, who are these people?
Yeah.
Of course, the basics are often never the basics, so who knows how deep the rabbit hole goes, in which direction. So pick a thread and pull on it.
Do you mind about anything else, or should we just step into the lab? That's probably where where all the good information is.
Let me also just say, in the hidden lab.
Yes, that is mostly. My suspicion is, considering he had a biohazard
The
lab or something,
thingy in Montana.
I imagine
Right.
Mr.
Well,
Greaves was a sort of agent of sort. You don't get that sort of equipment out of nowhere, I imagine. So he had connections.
great. Which of you has science biology?
Me.
Good.
Yep.
That's a starting point. Does Dr. Gorm also happen to have it?
He would not have
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
You don't need a skill check to just be able to tell. It is as close to a biosafety level 4 labs as one could probably manage with a large amount of money without having a specific, separate, huge facility for it. This is the best money could buy. Highly specialized and expensive air conditioning and scrubbing units that process all air going in and out and releases only purified air through 2 mundane-looking vents on the roof. It maintains negative air pressure, meaning air is pulled in faster than it can escape, just to make sure no particles can possibly be released to the outside. It is also plugged into a redundant, automatic, gas-powered backup electrical source.
So this dude had money. He was serious money.
He seemed like he
Or
had
contacts.
money, or at the very least,
Or
a budget to
supporters.
spend on this.
Yeah.
Something like this hidden away is called a cabinet laboratory. This is a very expensive piece of specialty equipment. I'm saying this wrong. Most of the work, the actual work, as in where he would sit and do his job, is done in what is called, and you recognize as, a cabinet laboratory, which has those 2 rubber glove things that you stick into a little isolated area where a sample could then be handled without risk of any sort of contamination, but you still can use your hands to do it.
Yep.
And those are a very expensive piece of specialty equipment. Odd blue-white samples were recovered from this cabinet when the CDC came, as well as various notes. These were seized by the CDC and then dispatched to Atlanta on the flight that got destroyed. So unfortunately, those were lost.
Yeah, one thing that now that my mind's on the game, one thing that we would have, or at least Guybrush would have been like, oh no, let's bring along just in case, would be, well, he would try and get his hands on a UV light that has the frequency we deduced is the weakness of this creature, because there were tracks going in. Now, assuming that creature didn't smuggle itself into the plane, it's probably still here, because one of the bags was open. There was a creature inside the woman that had crawled out, presumably, and might still be hiding in the laboratory. Unless it took over an agent, we should prepare for it. And UV light seemed to be a very good thing to prepare for it. So that's probably the one thing, special equipment he will be like, no, this is what we bring along. We know it's super weakness.
Yes.
Let's get a lamp out of
those
it.
do not seem to be in place here and something you just pick up, but that is the sort of thing that could easily be, because UV lights are not excessively, I mean, okay, hold on. What can you buy at a store? There's infrared, obviously. UV at a tanning booth, I guess. So yeah, you can buy UV lights as just any sort of tanning light, which should be available, not so much as a high-powered. Would a high-powered UV light just be specialty equipment somewhere? It's probably you could probably need contacts for that, and a bit of time, but it's not impossible to get. I think.
Maybe bureaucracy roll for
that? I don't know. Did we learn how powerful the light has to be, or is it just that it's light of
as powerful as you can probably get, right?
Yeah, of course.
You want a spotlight
as
that blasts a beam of UV at something.
Fair.
The question is, what skills would be appropriate to get something like that? Additionally, is anyone doing a brief once over of the laboratory?
Well, this would be something that before we go in, but Guybrush would at least be going through it because he's he does have a
forensics expert, so give me a forensics roll, why don't you? Also, Dr. Gorm is there pointing stuff out, so he's probably helping.
Yeah.
Not in forensics, but
just in general searching. So, it's appropriate enough. You're spending an amount of time here. That's almost impossible to fail, but that's why we roll. Good.
Yep.
As you investigate, particularly the cabinet, you will notice that one of those gloves that goes into the cabinet,
there's a hole.
There is a little hole in the right glove near the thumb. A thin sheen of a tiny bit of blood can be seen on the cabinet window as well. Just a tiny little speck.
Would you look at this, Mr. Gorm? I think this is how the substance got into our primary host in the first place.
Yes. I really have to marvel this design. This laboratory, it almost makes me feel, well, I would really love one at home. Of course, I wouldn't study this kind of. Anyway.
If Dr. Gorm is pondering that thought specifically, hold on, let's see what sort of skills Dr. Gorm have that would translate to this, because there is actually a line of questioning that goes somewhere.
Interesting.
Do you happen to
science
have
engineering?
I would, yeah, sure. Give me engineering. And you have help, because you're discussing it with someone else.
Okay. And it's a success.
Excellent. As you ponder that thought and sort of go over the stuff, your thoughts will wander to the construction of this place. And you're aware of things like, okay, where would you go for a contractor like this? What sort of specialty equipment would they need? And what would you look for stuff like that? And you are aware that they often simply put serial numbers on their equipment. And you look over the various equipment in the area, as well as the, the ventilation system, as well as the cabinet, as well as just the basic support beams and the twisty little secret cabinet thing, and there's serial numbers on everything. It points to two local firms, a company called Thompson Specialty Construction and Monworth Weather and Fitting, and then another one called Pacific Northwest HVAC, which all deal in either construction or specialty medical equipment exactly like this. Which means that they probably have more information for you if you were to contact them and pressure them and bureaucracy them or whatever you need to do.
Oh, right. What's the second one? There was Thompson Specialty Construction, was it? Or
Yes,
equipment?
Thompson Specialty Construction and
Good.
Monmouth Weather and Fitting. Then Pacific Northwest HVAC. And while they might not all be jumping to give you all sorts of sensitive client information and stuff that might need to go through a lot of bureaucracy, maybe you can squeeze some information from them. At the very least, when it comes to who paid for this, where'd the money come from, what were they doing?
Yeah.
Were they associated with some sort of big company?
Should I get the third one again? Pacific something.
Pacific Northwest HVAC.
What's the last one?
HVAC is just, it's a term that just means like environmental air conditioning equipment and whatnot. I forget what it stands for.
Okay.
HVAC is some sort of air purifying cleaning system.
Okay.
I'm saying that as if I can't just Google it. Damn it, why don't I just like Google what HVAC? Heating, ventilation, air conditioning. There you go.
Ah, okay. We have the same thing in Finnish, but yeah, I've never heard it in English.
Except it's pronounced like
The same,
HVAC.
Abbreviation. Mm-hmm.
Every sauna needs that.
Well, every apartment needs it, or house needs it.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah.
Otherwise you get cold.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets a little bit chilly here during winters, but okay. Huh. So we have some serial numbers, and maybe I could actually get my own. This probably isn't expensive at all. So
At which point, Guybrush informs you of the amount of wealth you probably need for this and the level of security this is based on the earlier knowledge that he got. It's like,
Yeah.
press your bubble.
For this one room, you probably need at least $500,000.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, but
oh well. Maybe I get a promotion with this job.
Yeah, who knows?
Doing at the moment.
maybe
Just have it as a company expense.
yeah,
Yes, probably.
release it from your own company.
Either way.
So
Was there
we
something
know how the decontamination happened, or what's it called? How the contamination was broken. We know through whom, and we know where it is at the moment, probably. Unless, yes, are there multiples? Do you reckon?
You think he has multiple labs like this in his house?
No. If there are multiple creatures mulling about, that might spell a little bit of a disaster.
Like as not, one of the bags was opened when they found it. At least wait.
Bags?
I think one of them was.
Oh, you're thinking of the containers that they found, because you found
one of them was opened.
container.
Yeah, one of them was opened, which led to the deaths of Mr. Greaves and his whore, Mrs. Griffin. The rest were destroyed in the well, they're presumably ambulating somewhere in the forests now, hopefully not eating our companions.
It does raise a question, like this creature is nocturnal to the extreme. How has it stayed alive this long? Is it a cave dweller primarily, or even exclusively? Because is it a burrower? That might be. That might explain how it would survive. Because every day, the sunlight would burn it, no matter where it is.
The sunlight might kill it, but we could also assume that it consumes to regenerate itself. Maybe it required that much mass and to eat constantly to have enough fuel to replenish its cells. Could be that it's a burrower. That would explain the large area, though we found no indication of it burrowing. Of course, that doesn't mean that it didn't eat a badger or something that does burrow And if our hypothesis that it is a shapeshifter and turned into such a creature and then continued underground, though a creature of that size would have displaced at least some of the trees, I imagine.
Well, it all comes down to
Well,
how
tunnel
big
through them.
exactly you're talking about.
Well,
Well,
I imagine
exactly.
that the trail was bear
Bear
size
size,
because he was
yeah.
like, oh, it's probably bear. So
Remember,
if you imagine a
bears come in
bear-sized
multiple
badger
sizes.
digging under, sure, but still, a bear-sized badger digging through a forest probably leaves some tracks.
Yeah, well, also
Especially in a
remember
proper
that.
forest, the tree roots go pretty deep. So
Yes, but remember that the other team did find a very large furrowed area.
well, we did, yeah, we were all there,
Yes.
and which is why we tried to look if it like dug down,
Yeah.
which would explain if it did burrow.
It might
But we
have, but you
find a
didn't find any
hole.
specific spot
Yeah,
where that was the case,
yeah.
or any caves nearby. And part of that is it was a large area. It's not like, oh, and you follow the trail and there's one hole.
Oh yeah, no, but that's what he's trying to say is that we didn't find a hole, and also a creature that size burrowing down would have left a trail at least in the trees, more than likely, unless it went super deep underneath. So it's unlikely
It's hard to
that it
say.
goes on travels underground.
Very hard to say.
Travels underground is
we-
very different from digs a hole and stays there during
yeah.
during daytime.
Yes. Like
Use.
we saw an amalgamation of multiple extremities over there, which would. I'm starting to think maybe it's not quite a shapeshifter, more like, well, amalgamator would be a weird way
Well,
of putting it, but maybe everything just sticks into it.
that
But
could be, but I don't
wouldn't it
think
just keep on growing then? And if it would, how could it hide? After a while,
we'll have to
it
see
might
it,
get
but I wouldn't.
so huge.
Well, speaking
But I
of
would-
growing, you don't actually know how big it is or if it grows or not, which does
Absolutely not.
sort of bring your thoughts back to, yeah, weren't there like tiny footsteps?
Yeah.
And that's not the footsteps of whatever the fuck was in the forest, probably, unless it's like snuck aboard somehow.
Well, yeah, well, that's like going back to the we need that light thing before we go here is because there were tracks and there was one back open, which leads that there might be one here. Unless that thing snuck into an agent, got itself on board of the plane to release its brethren and crash the plane. That's one hypothesis that Guybrush has. But it's like, but we should probably totally have a UV light when we come to this house, so we have the super weakness of the creature in case it is still here. That little
Right.
toddler size thing.
Well, you should probably try to track that down then with what you have available.
Yeah.
As far as tracks in this
so-
area goes. Now, it's been a little while, which makes it difficult for you, but you have something. You're a forensics guy. Who knows what you can find?
Yeah.
So
true.
does Guybrush look like he knows how to use a like environmental suit? Is he comfortable in it? Does he seem to bump into things?
Well, he does have medical and pharmaceutical training. I'm not sure how biohazardous shit you deal with during your
Good question.
education, but I imagine he would have been trained like, oh, in case you need this at work in the future, here's practice with it, and he has science biology. So I imagine back during his training days on the medical side, he would have had some training with
Okay.
it.
So I'm thinking we are both moving basically like you can see people moving in space, which is just we are like
Yeah.
hovering our hands slowly
Right.
toward each other, because otherwise we might rip the suit.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was one of the concerns. Like, okay, I don't need to remind you. Don't run if you don't have to. We don't want to puncture the suit. Okay. Moving on. So
Yes.
we should probably go. Okay. do you want to stay here? Because I can catalog all the labels we can find here. If I can see any like shelf of, you know, they probably would label the petri dishes or something with, you know, something.
No.
So we
Well,
have anything
there
to go
were
on.
samples, but these were all seized by the CDC.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even need to know what's inside. I just need the labels, so I have something to call it, basically. And any other, because what Gorm thinks at the moment is that this is either a super secret, like government
Experiment.
bioengineering experiment, or this is an illegal, like terrorist bio lab. So either case, I need to know about this.
Right.
And
Well, let's see. There were some labels, I believe.
oh yeah,
There was one labeled, I believe, and I think it's also just in the briefing. I'm
Well,
trying to look for it real
yeah,
quick.
bounce. Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
bounce.
stamp which reads bounce. Okay.
Which is probably a code word of sorts rather than something actually called bounce. But
Yeah, of course.
what are you gonna do?
Well, since I only found this label of bounce, I think I'm going to call it bounce from now on, no matter how silly that might. So we should try to find the bounce.
Yeah.
If they have
Yes.
one here.
If you're a terrorist, name your things silly things. We're going to
I will call
infect
it
the city
Trump.
with boink.
What if it's a highly damn it, what would be
Yes.
what would be another word for
highly-
bouncy? What would be a fancy word for bouncy?
Trampoline.
Let's see. I'm gonna Google this. Sure. What if
Flubbery.
it's a highly a spring? Have you ever seen the movie Flubber?
You're not calling it
I believe it
flubber.
was called. You know, a highly springy substance, except instead of the kids' movie version where it just
Oh,
go
for
to
fuck's
people
sake.
and bounce in their stomachs, it takes them over.
Unfortunately, movies aren't really my forte, especially, I don't know, this seems like, I don't want to sound rude, but the Idiots movie,
Hmm.
entertainment for the mindless.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Okay, so
no,
I guess you're
I
on the
haven't
hunt for
seen-
flubber. As
Guybrush goes, I was jesting, as you surely noticed from the humorous
Mateo and Agent Stone, I'll
cadence
report
in
in.
my
Got it. Hunting for flubber. Over.
the humorous cadence in my voice, the clear.
Obviously, you can
Inflections.
tell I was being funny.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
As you
Dr.
could
Gorman
tell, I
replies,
was
yes, I
joking."
could detect it.
Yeah, I was being facetious, as you could no doubt tell from the.
Yes, of course, facetious. Yes, yes, yes.
So,
At any rate, I don't think we should split up. The fact that there is a hole in that rubber glove, either Miss Griffin sabotaged the operation, or this thing can sharpen its appendages, has learned to do that, and can cut its way to its victim.
Well,
So I would rather not
it
leave
might
you
have been an
alone where I
accident
can't
by
hear your
themselves.
gurgle.
if you think there might be sabotage.
Can we see a scalpel or something inside the case?
There are no scalpels in this laboratory. You mean near the cabinet, right? They wouldn't be inside.
Yeah, within the cabinet that could have anything sharp
It might have been an
inside that could have
accident.
been used to cut the hole in the
There
rubber.
is a set of tweezers, but no scalpel.
Well, could have been an accident. They might have just accidentally stabbed themselves in the finger.
In the thumb?
Well,
Well, I mean,
not that okay, your right hand thumb gets like slashed because you use the tweezers on your left hand.
is it a slash or is it a prick?
It is a prick.
Okay.
And also
so yeah,
there is
he
a
might have-
tiny splatter of blood. Also you got to think is what if you're a, expert biologic scientist who has a private lab and you do something like that? What you gonna do? Are you gonna just, I don't know, go on with your day, run out screaming, immediately call for help, contact your nefarious whoever the fucks?
But he had run out into the car.
Yes, and also remember that he was found with like severe damage to his mouth and throat.
Yes. Which indicated something crawled out, and then that something.
So maybe it was
Well-
a woman trying to use the thing, and they had like what's they called, like constructed nails.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is a possibility because the initial.
Well,
The initial hypothesis that Guy Brush had that it came out from the woman and they kissed and it ripped.
mhm.
Like that's what caused, as it was coming out, it tore away at Mr. Greaves's face. He ran and died in the car, but then his body turned, which means that he would have had an extensive exposure, but also that the woman had a lot of it inside, which means something must have at least vomited down her throat somehow, unless a thing crawled inside of her to contaminate her, then come out without somehow destroying her stuff, and then walked away from her.
Maybe. You know what would help
This-
determining all this stuff? More clues.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
let's
one
look
is the
for clues.
the print, the footprint. Let's go
Right.
there.
Yeah,
Looking
which
at
led
the
here.
footprints. Well, more specifically, the footprints, tiny malformed footprints, are still visible now, bloody. Cut an arc from the lab area through the furnace closet, down the hallway, out the front door. There are extensive photographs along with marked with size comparison rulers done by the initial investigation team. They are still there, covered up and marked with little plastic cups. Standard procedure to preserve them.
Right.
Initially, it was believed that these were of a child, although weirdly malformed, but Griffin and Greaves had no children. So
Right.
a few theories and discussions
As
on
far
the
as
topic
anyone
were
knows.
that they were made by Griffin in her death agonies, and coincidentally, they just sort of looked small and deformed, maybe because of how she was walking or something. That was the theory, and then the investigation got halted. So you are where you are now.
Looking at them, can I use forensics or something to determine whether or not these kind of prints would, like, does it look like it is a whole toddler-sized foot or a midget foot, or if it is just the foot size of a woman? Because we've seen her body.
Okay. You
Where
are
he
an
would
expert
have a-
in forensics, and there's a bunch of
Yeah.
these, and you have the time to go over this. This
Yeah.
is not a woman's footprint.
Okay.
This seems to be some sort of tiny gnome creature. It has toes and fingers on the occasional print. There's some
Right.
skittering stains as if it has a tiny little gait. This is not a huge person doing tiny steps. This is a tiny thing taking quick steps. Going
Right.
me, 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 me.
So it's a miniature person.
Yeah, it's a gnome of sorts.
Right.
A
Okay.
malformed gnome.
Right. It's a far-fetched, but there have been all kinds of crimes, no doubt that
Hold on, I'm going to find a gnome that perfectly...
no,
Because
he
what you
wants
have
to
in
he
your
wants to
mind.
he's still going on with the possibility that there was an unreported child growing within Mrs. Griffin,
Mhm.
that none of the, I mean, they might have kept it secret. I mean, if she's a whore, nobody wants to know that she's pregnant, lose of customers. But if there was a child and it consumed it and now used its form to escape,
Ah, baby.
he wants to he wants to see if this matches more of a child's or a baby's footprint, which might look malformed a bit more. Like if that is something it used as a vessel to escape, because that seems to be initially how it goes, to compare it to that.
Okay.
Which would explain why it's small and where it would get a small body as opposed to a person-sized, normal grown-up sized body.
Yeah. A lot of the signs point to child. However, because certain things are malformed and out of place, you're trying to use this time to like study, like, okay, what exactly are we dealing with?
Yeah.
This will take some time. Dr. Gorham can do something else while you work on this, but in the meantime, for Guybrush, give me another forensics check. This is just for you. It takes some time. Dr. Gorham is busy.
Yep. Yep.
What do you roll?
26 out of
26. Okay, good. Yeah, the child hypothesis, you throw that out the window. This is not a child. This is also not a fetus, which is just happens to be going around. This is sort of similar to what you found in the woods. There's the occasional drag marks, and then the footprints slowly change as it walks from one area to the other. It's not becoming like way bigger or anything. You know, like you briefly. Or it's changing shape. It's adjusting its shape slightly as time goes by. The footprints at the lab are very different from the footprints at the door. As in, they look very malformed, and then they become more healthy looking, but still sort of small.
It's like it matures as it goes.
Yes, almost. like it matures and adjusts slightly.
Okay.
As if it's sort of finding its bearing and healing.
In other words,
it looks like malformed and twisted, and then sort of becomes more like a human footprint at the end, although still a tiny one.
Right. Which Guybrush shares and goes, well, he basically tells Gorm that it seems like it has taken genetic material from its two hosts, and as it walks, it matures. Like it has taken genetic material to get a form or a blueprint. It has matured and escaped through the door. So that thing is out there somewhere. It does look like it's going out the front door, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that thing is out there somewhere right now.
Yeah, so we have two of these. Is this the town where the explosion happened?
Yes.
Not quite. This is the area where the explosion happened, and I believe I also have it on the map. Let's see, the Greaves home is somewhere near Mill Creek, and the Dinut, Belmont, it's down here. The detect agency is a few miles to the south.
2 miles to the south.
I said a few miles, not two, but still.
Right, a few miles, yeah. Evelyn Wells side of shooting, Greaves home.
Right. Speaking of, like at this point, you also would have gotten a message from the police because you stayed in touch. It is now late at night.
Yeah.
And you were asking like, hey, is there anything else? Which is why I found time to put this thing on. Like, hey, if there's anything else that gives you the idea that there's something more going on, you know, rather than just a one-time thing, and it might be connected to the case, well, that just sort of happened. As you'll be informed that today there was some sort of assassination attempt as someone was eating lunch and was then shot from a nearby building with a high-powered rifle. And the person in question is Evelyn Wells. She is currently in the hospital receiving emergency surgery. And that is one of the people who was of that detective agency that got blown up.
Oh. Interesting.
Yes.
I wonder if detectives have been snooping around into Mr. Greaves's business, and whoever employed them to develop this is now trying to cut the loose ends. You might be right, Dr. Gorm. I think the agency might be involved in this and not just a loose thread sent by the disembodied voices of the world to distract us.
I mean, I do that. You know,
yeah,
I do send you on a search for flubber.
And as a character, as a player playing a character, I'm trying not to have the character go, we're looking for a mysterious alien life form that seems to consume bodies, bones, and skin and everything, leaves nothing but blood behind, maybe, and turns into brittle glass in sunlight. Oh, there is an agency explosion that no one seems to recognize belong to this case. We should totally go there because it was dangled on the map without any actual bridge to the case.
Well, you know, I do tell you about this stuff because it's related. I told you initially about it because, no, there's no police available. They're all busy with this other high-profile thing. I mean,
sure,
even then,
but as a character, the character has no reason to go, oh, this is probably related because the GM told us about it. So I'm like...
Well, even then, if you think like, oh, it must be related, let's go over there and look into it. Like, you're spending your time one way or another, and I assure you, you don't have enough time for everything. So choose your targets.
Oh, absolutely. Which is why I was like, now let's go to the origin of it.
And you can pull on the thread, and maybe you'll find like, oh my god, Umbrella Corporation. Okay, the monster's still out there. You kind of got to deal with that, not deal with the bureaucracy.
Yeah, but
did I hear Mothership Corporation?
Yeah. But she is in emergency surgery, which means she will be there probably for a few hours, which means we still have a bit of time. We researched the labs, we've inspected the labs, we've inspected the footprints, but the investigation of this place was halted. Guybrush does want to look if he can find any documentation, anything they might have missed that might link to Mr. Greaves to whatever employer he might have had, because a guy living... How big is this house, by the way? Is it a mansion? Does the house scream money?
No, actually. Very much about this house is mundane. And aside from a few well-to-do parts inside, it seems like he very much intended to hide the fact that he had a lot of money.
Right. So either someone is paying him or he was rich. But in case someone is paying him, I mean, someone probably was to develop this. He wants to kind of rummage through the house to see if there's anything that the cops might have missed by the time the whistle was blown and it was like, no, everyone out.
Yeah,
contagious.
I mean, there's plenty they would have missed.
Yeah, so he wants to go through and see if we can build any kind of a background for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Still, because the lady's still going to be searching for a while.
Yes.
If she was shot, so there's still time. So either search or...
Actually, you're busy the rest of the day just with your forensics things, so this is something you can ask Dr. Gorham to do at most.
Right. Okay, yeah, he'll ask Dr. Gorham because the major
that
run
was
out of the door.
Something I was gonna do anyway, because I was gonna try to find a laptop, like pad, whatever I could find, or if nothing else, a what's it called, Rolodex, or anything to have contacts.
A Rolodex or contacts or whatnot.
But preferably a computer we could crack into.
Right. Well, let's see if there's something just obvious he would have. Let's check real quick. 24th Drive Southeast, Mill Creek, Washington. Built in 1996. The house was originally bought in 2002 by Greaves in cash from fully legal sources. Small 4-bedroom rambler, which I guess is a type of house, without a basement. At the end of a cul-de-sac surrounded by high evergreen trees. It has a small fenced yard in the back. The back of the house and the houses on the cul-de-sac are surrounded by a green belt and a drained stream. With Greaves' death, it is unclear who currently owns the property. He has no will and no next of kin. Let's see. Footprints, lab, construction. Let's see, neighbors. It doesn't immediately sound like, oh, he has something like this. So I'm going to very much just leave that up to extensive luck. If you're super lucky, high is good. Oh, that's super high. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. The clue is there. How do you interpret it? Dr. Gorm, give me whatever skill you think is applicable, and I will filter what you find through that.
All right. I will try to crack into the computer I found with computer science.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find any contacts. Oh, it's a 98. It's a failure.
Right, that is a failure.
A
It seems
vehement.
basic computer security is something that this man possessed more than enough, and he erased anything he wanted secure. So all that you managed to find is just the most mundane crap. There is some communication with his lover relating to a visit to her family, as apparently he was trying to genuinely get in contact with her and just live with her as a life partner, not just a floozy, not just a whore who he was fucking on the side with a lot of money. Also, apparently, his, let's call it his wife, was also dating other men, and he was apparently fine with this. And then you look over the corner of the bedroom and just see a chair sitting in the corner staring at the bed.
Oh. Okay. It seems biological engineering isn't the only immoral thing they did.
Let's see. You find something relating to Griffin's mom, Ophelia Tunney, divorced from her father some time ago, and then apparently he was with some new trucker who was a violent man with a history of sexual assault, who he was, talking to her with, maybe getting a lawyer if he was getting annoying. And that one time when they came to visit, apparently there was some really, bit of an intimidation incident, supposedly to protect the mother, as it's an email going, to that mother, like, oh no, it's fine. We just had a chat. It's not abuse. It wasn't intimidation. Oh, he's a good man. It's not a big deal. It's easy to piece together that Griffin originally fled home due to abuse by her then mother's boyfriend, though nothing that actually led to any sort of court case. There's also some communication with the other strippers at the scene who were asking, like, hey, how have you been and whatnot. She was apparently well known and liked. And let's see. Would there be something in particular that is useful to you or would just stand out in an email? Oh, yeah, apparently she had just bought a new car. And then there's a complaint about the previous one only being a few years old, and she's like, no, we've got enough money for this. It's not a big deal. He doesn't want me to flaunt it, but, handbags and cars is fine as long as it's not connected to the house.
Mm. Right.
The agreement was to never be publicly rich.
Okay. And she... Do I get the sense that she resented the secret laboratory thingy, or was it just something they had to just keep secret and it's just a shrug? It's just money flowing in?
From what you can tell from the bit of communication, it seems like they did actually genuinely care for each other. Even if it was a weird, messy relationship with, secret labs and, money that they had to keep secret because she was like, yes, midlife crisis, but also, she seemed like she did genuinely care for him, even if that's just in a, let's call it a professional caretaker sort of way. Like, she knew. She just, didn't care. She was able to make him happy, and she was able to live a very rich life because of it.
Yep. All right. bit transactional, but still caring.
Whatever the other occasional boyfriends that showed up and they did odd things with, apparently.
Almost took me for a tangent, but I resisted. So, okay. Well, I tell everything to Guybrush if he wants to hear. He was like rambling on, like, "Oh, I find all this information. What a weird relationship these people were in." Not that I can't see anything that connects to anything, like helps us anyway. So maybe I should just discard this idea.
Right. As a very small clue as you're going over stuff, I'm assuming you're just sort of poring over all of his belongings real quick, looking for stuff.
Yeah.
There is one photo that he sort of has tucked away in various notebooks. Because there's lots of photos all over the place, but one that looks like it might be his professional life from some years ago. And it's really just sort of a professional mugshot. And the only reason it stands out to you is because it looks like some old mugshot. Then you think, well, where the fuck was he working? What could he possibly be involved in? And the only thing you can't identify and immediately connect to anything is a little photo, like I said, professional mugshot that then has on his suit Project Majestic.
Project Majestic.
But other than that, yeah, nothing in his house that points to anything. Now, with that out the way, it means you have something in the area, potentially running around outside. Who knows how far away at this point? Doing who knows what.
Yeah, we should start tracking. Hopefully, we are both good at tracking in urban environments.
It is, however, late at night at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you have a specific thing you would want to do at night, you would probably continue the following morning, right?
Sure thing. Before I go to sleep, I'll just check the 3 numbers for the 3 companies that made the lab and prepare my mental selves for calling to some women again.
Yeah, again?
From last campaign.
Right, different character. Different character. Okay. Now, night passes, day comes. It is October 5th. Unless you reunited, which you could, of course. Tell me what your day is going to be.
We'd like, of course, we'll give updates on what we found.
You inform each other, I'm assuming.
The team, yeah.
So any information you would be able to hear, you would exchange.
So you get the latest of the juicy relationship, but also some actual useful information too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. So you'll just...
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Maybe it's better I'll... Never mind.
Oh, do the 3 companies, do they ring a bell to anybody else? Maybe Stone has heard of
the construction companies?
Yeah.
They are simply regional companies. Like a quick check will reveal that they are not super secret biotech exclusive companies. They are companies that you can contact and ask them to buy stuff.
Yeah. Well, I do ask, like, I'm preparing myself for the to make the call, but is there anybody who actually knows how to get this information out of companies? How do you go about that?
Bureaucracy and charisma skills.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to argue,
I actually
that you have a certain
randomly
tactic.
I actually have bureaucracy and persuasion. So maybe I
whichever
am the
one
guy
you
to
think is
go
more
do it.
applicable here.
So weird.
I mean, you're obviously just flashing your credentials when you're investigating it. Like, hello, I am so and so of FBI. Please give info. You wouldn't want us to audit you, would you? So,
Dr. Gorm
yeah.
of IRS, and everybody's gone.
Yeah. So that's what Dr. Gorm spends his time on then.
Yeah, next day.
Gorm asking those construction companies.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've been talking so much, so I hope somebody else can play the game too.
Construction. That's fine. Gorm's doing that. Meanwhile, he's busy doing that. Meanwhile, what's someone else doing? Guybrush, I feel like we come back to you later for a reason.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Agent Stone, Mateo.
So what's the plan? Can we
Mateo,
please go take a
you're in the
nappy
lead.
nap?
I mean, you took a nappy
Okay,
nap
we're
at
gonna go
nighty
take a
night.
nappy nap.
Okay.
Well, it is 99. I was thinking maybe we should go and if it moves during the night, maybe we should scout out the premises of the town that we're in. If we could see it, track it moving, but I'm scared that Storm might just start fucking chasing it instead of just staking it out.
Well, I mean, that is sort of what he's doing. What are you hoping for? That's an important question.
I'm hoping for just track the beast or whatever the fuck it is, instead of engaging it.
And then it goes to a school.
Until we get
what do you do then?
reinforcements. Well, I mean, then I guess go Stone, go.
What kind of neighborhood is it? Oh, just poor children. Who cares?
What if it pops out and it kills both of you? What if it grows larger and larger? What if it explodes?
Yeah, that's why I want to get my eyes on it. So we'll know more.
Okay, you'll see it and it looks weak and killable. Or giant and you don't know what the fuck to do with it. Anyway, it's not like you see it right now, but you continue tracking the thing. Sure, fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if I can get a straight answer on some of this shit.
I guess we would have gone to Butte.
Yes, you simply go to the next town and you try to continue tracking this thing.
Yes.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Then if we focus on the others for now, simply tracking it may or may not give you something. Actually, Mateo, just give me a search action real quick. Just give me a search skill. And it's very difficult. So that means you give yourself a...
Yeah. Then it's a fail.
Then it would be a fail, yeah. Because with the -20. Okay. Yep, you simply continue to try and track the creature, but, with very vague indications right now. Means nothing, It's not like, aha, we found it, and then combat. So...
Hopefully not. Kind of trying to avoid
you're
that.
Dead. Turn 1, you're dead. Okay, let's focus. Guybrush. Would you focus your day on a specific thing?
My day.
Yes.
This is the following day.
Also, what the? I don't. You guys reported everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah, we would.
I guess I would shoot up message for Dr. Graham here. Can you please stop peeping on cocks and join the hunt?
Dr. Gorham replies,
doing
what I
my
do in my free time is my own business.
What does that make you, sir?
At which point, I'm assuming this is a message group. At which point, Guybrush goes, "We are on the hunt. There are 2 of these."
Okay. Speaking of, your last known location for this creature would be, tiny, gnome-sized, child-sized, flubber-ish, as it is active outside of this house. That's the last known location. What do you think this thing's doing, and what do you look for?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know what it's doing. Would have been daylight. When were they reported?
Well, I mean, the fucking briefing's right in the middle.
Yeah, 5 a.m. Based on the initial reports, how long had Mrs. Griffin been dead? Was there any estimation on that?
Like an hour max.
An hour max. So it would have been at 4, which means that the sun wouldn't been up. It would have been able to escape. At what point does the sun start to rise?
Like 6 a.m.
What?
Ish.
6. Right. Okay. So it would have plenty of time.
It's October, maybe 7 a.m. Somewhere.
Yeah. No, what Guybrush is trying to figure out is, based on when the sun rises and knowing that this creature has an extreme aversion to the sunlight, it would have what would be the most logical route it would have taken anywhere, but because it's that early, anywhere is a fair game.
Yeah. This cul-de-sac, surrounded by water and whatnot, is a rich hiding place for all sorts of stuff. Not to mention that it is a little bit of a suburb area where lots of families just live. So there are all sorts of nooks and crannies all over the fucking place. But investigating it will, no doubt take a long time. Maybe you find a clue. Maybe you just find a pile of the glass goo all of a sudden as it accidentally stepped into the sunlight. You just sort of got to try to follow the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you spend your time on just investigating the area?
Yeah, to see if we can find any traces where it went, any tracks, anything really.
Okay. Then as you're investigating the area and going over the police reports, trying again to find it.
A missing pet.
Yeah, you'll know that originally, when that police cruiser arrived, there was a small report that the body was also being pecked at by crows, and now you're seeing various crows also just fly around through the area. And you will notice, as you're investigating this morning, just looking for any clues you can, that some of these crows are now acting kind of fucky. Some of them are flying wrong, flapping on the ground a bunch before they can take off again properly.
Okay.
Did you bring your hunting rifle?
No, I didn't. But he's like, well, we probably shouldn't touch them bare hands anyway. But they do still get into the air, right?
Yes, although one of them is like flying in circles, and one of them constantly lands.
Okay.
One has a blue-white streak in its feather, and one has its head tilted to the side at all times, flying in a clumsy manner.
Right. Well, they were eating a contaminated corpse. Damn it. Suppose we should try and capture them somehow without letting them touch us. The clever thing would, the most efficient thing would probably be to get animal control here, but that would expose them, and I don't think the handler's going to send a team of GD or Delta Green operatives to capture crows. to contain this.
I mean, you work in the FBI, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that means you're just trained in a firearm. These are just stationary targets. You're confident you can just shoot them with your handgun.
Well, I work at a Flagstaff Police Department in Arizona. The FBI is the fake ID. Sure.
Well, police
I
department
do
still
have a
means you're trained in
firearm.
a firearm enough to hit a stationary target. So when they land, you can just go
basic-
bang. If nothing else,
The
that's
basic
an option.
amount. The 20% that you get, everyone
Yeah,
gets.
I know,
yeah.
but 20% is in a combat situation as opposed to
Sure.
a
Yeah,
stationary target.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
If you can hit a
Arizona
target at a
should give
range, you
you
can hit it here.
Yeah,
Arizona
sure.
should give you +10.
Yeah, yeah. He pops a cap on everyone as they land, or the one that's just flying in circles, and then with his plastic glove or rubber gloves in hand again, and with a bag, he goes and picks them up very carefully so that they can't squirm and peck him and cause wounds.
Okay, so
He's being super careful, trying
repeat
to
that.
avoid.
You're shooting them?
I shoot them, and then with a sturdy bag, he gathers them in them, wearing protective gear, and then approaching so that like approaching them in a manner, trying to pick them up to avoid any claws or beak being turned and scratching him and potentially getting an infection himself.
Fair enough.
He's being super
Very
careful.
carefully with gloves.
Yes.
Okay.
And a sturdy bag.
Yes. Particularly the two weird crows that caught your attention will be gathered up this way.
Yep.
And where do you start examining them? Because do you do that by yourself, or do you call in Dr. Gorm? When in doubt, I'm going to assume you're together, even if it is just the, hey, if this thing is evil, fight.
Well, yeah, because like Guybrush said the previous day, we do not do this alone, because if this thing can take over or even assume the shape, going alone is incredibly stupid.
Yes, that would be incredibly stupid.
Yeah, we're not Team Gun.
Yes.
We don't do that.
Although a quick rudimentary examination as you're holding it in your hand will at least immediately have you see that one of the crows has a finger growing out of its stomach.
Cool.
You shot them, and birds die very quickly, so I'm assuming both of these animals are dead. So
right.
Yeah. Now kill it with fire, please.
Well, they were flying in sunlight, so they didn't die to that immediately. That doesn't, of course, mean that it can't develop a sunlight resistance. Anyway, yep. Dr. Gorm would be with me probably. He would not come here alone looking for this thing without him. Where to investigate it? Well, technically there is a lab, but
Indeed, there is a lab.
I hate to impose on the what was his name again? The new friend that we made who's already in on this.
Yeah, the local police coroner, Dr. Stubbs.
Yeah, Stubbs. I mean, he's kind of in on this already, so he's like,
the local police department is nearby. You can easily just take it there as a lab to work at. That's no problem. Yeah, like he would preferably have something like that instead of potentially faulty equipment in Greaves' basement. Yeah.
And that guy's already in it, so he's like, we found other things, contaminated animals.
Fair enough.
You know what the big kills are called.
Yeah. You go to the local police lab, you take the two crows that you shot, you take them there.
Yeah.
And you start examining them.
Yes.
Okay. A quick rudimentary examination will reveal that, one of them has a human finger growing out of its stomach. Just the first 3 digits of a finger. See photo. And also, who's doing the examination? I have to assume it's just Guybrush.
Yeah. Guy's doing it.
Yeah. You're doing the examination, so give me a sanity check.
Sanity. This is completely normal. It's probably just a glued finger, some kids playing pranks.
Fair you're on the sandy check.
Yes.
It is sadly not completely normal. As you go, nope, it's probably just like a sore or a weird tumor. And then you poke further, and then you check the other crow, and you realize, like, oh, these are human fingernails growing, like, on this thing, like a little scale of human fingernails that's growing there. Like, nope, human body parts are growing out of this thing. Whee! Great, cool. Like, you even double check, like, that's not that, and then you, like, slice it off and check it over. Like, nope, that's human. Crow with human bits growing out of it. And like a little weave constructed of fingernails forming a tiny little scale on the back of its neck. So you lose 2 sanity points from unnatural shit. Feel free to put them in a bond if you wanna.
No, it's fine.
Okay, that's up to you.
Yeah. No. And then we
Do you
cut them
share
open.
this information with Dr. Gorham?
Yeah, of course.
All right, Dr. Gorham. He shows you the weird fucky thing.
I mean, he doubts his own sanity, so he has to show him. But it's like, are you seeing this shit?
Okay. Well, Dr. Gorham, sanity check. Are you there?
Coming right up.
Yeah, all right. I figured you. Yep. There really should be some sort of rule for, hey, if you spread the insane bullshit to other people, they get advantage on it, or.
No. That's the beauty of the system. You really gotta be careful who you share things with and how much.
Dr. Gorham looks at this shit and goes, no. 0 sanity loss for you.
Oh, ugh. Well, that is actually remarkable. These actually grow from the actual flesh of the creature. Oh, yeah, it's more fascination than shock.
Yeah, you weren't actively, groping the dead body of the creature the entire time, so you're not that involved. The police officer, who's just sort of, Dr. Stubbs, witnessing all this from a bit of a distance, is also grossed out by the findings, but he's not doing it himself. He's like, listening to it as you talk about it from a distance, like, oh, cool, whose finger is it? Is it like eat a finger and it's worming its way out?
No, it's like something like that, I suppose. It was attached.
Okay.
As he says, as he slowly cuts the crow open and starts seeing if there's any blue shit inside. There's any more people bits inside.
Okay. Yep. You spend some more time cutting the finger open, as well as the rest of the crow, trying to find whatever is in there. Aside from the barest tiny traces of blue that are vaguely reminiscent of the other body you cut up, this finger seems to be completely dead.
Okay.
So, as Stubbs pointed out, Dr. Gorham is like, oh, that's a really poignant question. Well, as our Guybrush seems preoccupied by the autopsy itself, could you run the fingerprints? Good Stubbs.
Yeah, if you ask Stubbs, he says, yeah, I can run the prints, and I don't know, I can even do a DNA check if you want, but we don't really have that in the police department. It might take a while. Do you guys have any contacts that might be able to do that faster?
Oh, I can ask around.
Great. Roll me a bureaucracy check for getting the fingerprint and DNA handled quickly to see if they have anything on record, because
Sure thing.
that requires a wee bit of contacts.
I have them.
Great, wonderful.
Success.
Dr. Gorham spends a few hours, and this is just the entire morning, let's say, as you run that, and very quickly the DNA will come back, since it's a sequence with a bunch of identifiers. Those are on record for specific departments. In this particular case, for the Department of Defense, they would be able to give a positive ID for a Lieutenant Daniel Yulee, U.S. Air Force. Died in 1992 in a training exercise.
What? we get the name again?
Daniel Yulee.
Can we get a photo?
No.
Of course we can't. Can we trace when are the no, they would have made him a false identity. Can we rely on our handler? Or at least ask him, her, they, them, it, advice if we wanted to check if wait, what was that? What was the 1980
1992. Wait, 1980 what?
when did
1992.
this 92? Because what Guybrush is suspecting is that Mr. Greaves isn't Mr. Greaves at all necessarily, but that's a fake identity to give someone. And now we have a dead lieutenant whose finger is here. That guy, that little blue thing, is made out of genetic material from Mr. Greaves. So maybe maybe Tybalt Greaves is an alias for a handily dyed defense ministry operative who has been given an alias and a new operation to work on.
Okay, well,
Much
you
like
have the
Operation-
recovered bits of his hands, which happen to be outside of the what's called
We can do a
outside of
DNA
the
cross-check.
classification. A DNA cross-check. You can also just check the fingerprints. The fingerprints do not
That
match.
is true. Okay. So it's not the same guy.
Different person.
Okay. Wow, is his DNA here?
Well, it might be a clue to the origin of the sample. Not like, it had to come from somewhere to the lab.
We also had. We also
it-
ran tests on the blue thing. I'm not sure if we ran DNA. And we incinerated it. We could have checked the genetic record of the cellular matter of the blue stuff and compared it to this DNA to see if the genetic material, human-like.
I mean,
Stuff.
that is a bit of a that blue stuff was an immense biohazard, remember?
Yeah.
And you're
it was,
asking,
it was.
well, let's just do a commercial level DNA check, which is fast and cheap, but would, definitely fucking expose anyone to any sort of biohazard.
Oh no! It would be with a proper laboratory, like not a.
Yeah, okay. The sort of laboratory that would be proper for this would be CDC level, which they were trying, and then, they crashed.
Oh, they were trying to. Okay, so yeah, sure.
They were trying to identify, hey, what the fuck is this shit?
Right. Yeah, no, it could be that this is, or Lieutenant what's his face ran afoul of something and he was reported dead. Actually,
One question.
that is something. Yeah, go on.
Yes.
So it was an undisclosed location where the training accident for the lieutenant happened, right?
It just said a training exercise. It did not go into cause of death or anything. This is just, what you're told.
Or location, like in Iraq, or.
Nope, you're also not told that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So
you're told a
that's
few
something
very
we could
mundane
pull.
things that definitely are just public record.
We could check up with our handler.
Yes,
because
it's also a tiny amount, and this will require more bureaucracy checking to get this sort of information.
Yeah.
Indeed, and it's probably going to be with the military.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I mean, Delta Green would
do
probably have the information because they would be the ones pulling the strings in the background. So through our handler, we could probably see if he can find stuff out.
You're putting too much faith in our organization.
Yeah, Delta Green is very much not an organization that says, hey, you're looking into secrets, let me just share all this shit with you. Like, you are here for a specific goal, and if the information you're asking does not specifically, go to that goal and is in fact rubbing up against other secret shit, they don't want you to go there.
Sure, but but then they would then just go not related, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay, it's
true.
not related. We found his DNA in this place with
Right.
creatures exposed to this blue goop. That was recognized to be Daniel Hooley, who is supposed to be dead for over a decade. How possible? Any possibility Hooley's death is linked to the emergence of this blue goop? Very sus. Does Delta Green know, or is this like hush hush? I mean, we could go through the bureaucratic route as well. I imagine that might be included in the check, like covering our bases. Whichever way Dr. Gorm thinks
Bureaucracy,
is...
I'm assuming you're asking your handler for information or any other contacts that you have, and depending on bureaucracy, degrees of success. I don't know if you're doing this together then, since you might be asking Delta Green, but they are less willing to do it, so...
Right.
I'd rather ask from military
sure.
straight up.
Yeah, you might actually get more from the military than from Delta Green.
Yeah. I have 60 bureaucracy, so...
all right, that sounds like
Did
you're both good at
Guybrush
it.
ever get my message?
Which one?
I only typed it out. So probably not.
Beep boop tortilla
there
to
you go.
Guybrush. Can we kill it with fire or just the sun? Fire worked on the corpse just fine, so I think he would have just replied, yeah, incineration worked on the body, so...
Okay.
You have no reason to think
Hey,
fire
I don't know if Matthias
doesn't
is
work.
listening still, but
Yeah.
I would urge us to, I guess.
Beep boop, it has no special resistances, but sun is best.
Yeah.
Beep boop, a thumbs up emoji.
Smile, cake emoji.
Yeah, okay. I'm not trying to hinder his hunt anymore at all. I just wanted to note that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
If there's two, then we gotta fucking deal with this, I guess.
I mean, there is something in the area you are in, and it needs to be dealt with. So
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And something here, maybe, unless the birds pecked it and killed it. But
Yeah. It seems to be pretty infectious, so try not to melee it. Try not to splatter
go
it all
Pex
over the
punch
place.
it.
Try not to risk the bits and pieces surviving. All right, anyway, yeah, you're asking the military for whatever data they can give you on this person. Just give me another bureaucracy check to see if they have some sort of public file that they can give you rapidly.
Yeah. Will I do it and you
Oh,
assist,
one
or will
help.
you do it and I assist?
Yeah, obviously, if they're
Yeah,
keeping
one
some,
assists.
whichever one rolls
Yeah.
first gets the assist.
I have bureaucracy 60.
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I get plus 20, so
Yes.
Yeah, 20 is the regular assist.
Yeah.
What do we got? What do we got? You got
32 out of 80.
out of 80 for success. Good. The public file on this person feels excessively scrubbed. So normally, whenever you have any sort of airfield, it's a long history, and then, tragically died in this and this, memorial service was held, buried with honors, yada yada, in a crash or something or another. Here, there's a big buildup. This guy seems like he was going places, and then all of a sudden his career is just, Air Force, and then tragically died in training exercise, some basic stuff. Year he was recruited, year he was trained, general qualifications he had, last known address, family, next of kin, burial. Like, it's all very clean. There's a lot of the stuff you're sort of expecting to be in there isn't. Like, someone purged a lot of the records.
What a surprise.
Yeah, I guess he ended up as a guinea pig. Or he met something he shouldn't.
That's all very possible, considering the situation you're finding him in. You suspect that you yourself have such a file ready to be deployed in case anything ever happens to you in Delta Green.
I hope they make me a hero.
Yep. For reasons, could you give me just an intelligence check?
Which are both?
Just Guybrush.
Okay. Boop. 55. Ooh, critical.
Critical success. You realize that last known address is probably useful as you look over it, and you will note that the last known address
Same
is
house.
what? No, no.
Mhm.
He lived there. This is his dad.
It is it 10441 Great Skyway in Billings, Montana. Which you'll put together
Okay.
is real close to where the other team is.
Oh, instant call.
Message. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Guybrush is like, oh my goodness, I think it's going home. If this really is Lieutenant Hewley,
Oh.
this is his address, blah 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 blah, and he's like, that's very close to where Team Gunn is hunting at the moment. And if the thing is going that way, it seems like Lieutenant Hewley is going home.
Address?
So should we raise which of us has the quickest fingers to get the message to the chat?
I don't know. You're the one who's better with computers than I am.
Okay. Beep boop. Address is this in Billings, Montana.
Do not approach.
Sorry,
Lieutenant.
I gave you the wrong address. It's something Pulaski Street, Billings, Montana. So I'm mixing up
Well,
two
I didn't even
addresses.
specify it into my
It's
notes.
fine.
It's
I'll just write
Billings,
it down
Montana.
for the purpose of.
Yeah. So okay. What you might be chasing a what's left of Lieutenant Daniel Hewley, who died in '92, and you can stake it out, but wait for our arrival.
Perfect.
And
19099
then I say
Pulaski Street, Billings,
to
Montana.
Guybrush, it's like, we should tackle this as a team, and maybe after that come back to here and hunt, or definitely come back here and hunt the other one afterwards. It's not like we have a trail here. We could just hope it was the crows.
Okay. With that information shared, day is like half over at this point, at which point the other team gets information.
It still means like fall, and the birds are just gonna fly off and spread the shit into the whole world.
I mean, you're saying that, but the birds that were examined, the stuff inside them didn't seem like it was, as virulent and active as the other stuff. More like a tumor than anything. Of course, who knows how much of that stuff is needed or needs to grow before it all of a sudden turns into a little gnome again and goes running off.
True.
Now I'm just imagining a crow flying overhead, suddenly splitting open, and basically a parachuting gnome
just drops out,
dropping to your fucking lap, like, holy crap.
And then it pulls out a tiny knife and it stabs you multiple times.
And gets inside you. Whoop!
It's like one of those little smiling friends things, like, and runs off into a crack.
Oh no, not those. Anyway,
Anyway, Team B, you get this information. I don't know what Team A is doing while researching this the rest of the day, or if you're meeting up, or if you're doing something else in the area of that home. But
at least Gorm wants to go and meet with the other team in Billings, Montana.
Okay, do you meet up there?
Never got a confirmation from Guybrush, but
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If the other team is around there, he doesn't trust Stone to not rush in, regardless of what Team Brain says. So
okay, yeah, you inform them.
Definitely
you drive
just
there.
heading straight to Billings, then I guess.
Yeah. Okay, and all of you are meeting up there.
Yeah, despite us going, do not approach. He
don't do that,
trust,
and then they
doesn't trust Stone to not do that. So let's go.
The team meets up again. Also, Mateo is still AFK or not?
I'm here.
Okay, because you had the AFK sign over your head.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot to take it off.
I get it. All
See,
right.
I
It's a new
forgot to
thing.
put it there,
We're
but you
learning.
have to take it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mateo and Stone, you have the lead. The others are there with you. They meet up with you in, or was it Montana somewhere? Depending on where exactly along the road. Let's see. That's the wrong color. Why do you default to red? Good.
Well, I would like to rely on Stone's military training here, but since Matthias is still walking the dog, I think
Is he?
so.
No. Well, then he's going over
I
all sorts
guess
of
we're
military
staking out the
stuff.
place. Let's check what the address looks like, what the surroundings are.
Right. Let's start there.
What kind of a house we're
Pulaski
dealing
Street is
at the
a
address.
single floor address. Single level, large, a lot of land surrounded by a lot of low trees, cattle, an unlit dirt road leading to the drive.
Pretty isolated. That's good. Does anyone seem to be living there?
Yes. What would you like to know about that?
Housekeeping.
Well, let's start with the name on the the mailbox.
The name on the mailbox will be like Frederick Johnson and Elena
Not
Melissa
related.
Johnson. They do not seem to be related, no. Also, again, correction that Pulaski Street seems to be in the middle of a sort of. Well, I could just post a picture. I can just post a picture. I don't know if this is doxing someone technically, posting a Google Maps image in the thing, but fuck it, no one watches this.
I mean,
It's got to be such a weird experience to have your address just. I mean, yeah, no more than Google Maps. It's got to be such a weird experience to be an actual address that's just mentioned in a game like this, and then people look it up and I'm like, oh my god, this is where the killer is. This is the house we gotta blow up. This is on Pulaski Street. I guess that's Mrs. Johnson's at the front door there.
Do you have a stream you're sharing, or?
Oh,
he
it's just
we
on
just
the
have
right,
a-
it's
right
right
side
here.
of the,
You can just
yeah.
see
Oh,
that.
okay.
Also, I should probably share on Discord since I generally did that before. Why am I not moving it down?
It only now just popped up to me, the picture, so
It's okay.
that's why I was confused.
Yeah, he didn't pop it up earlier. It was on the right side of the map.
Eh.
Yeah.
You gotta
I keep
be
going
zoomed
back and
out.
forth, going, it's here, and I'm like, where?
Where?
Yeah, but I can't read when it's zoomed out. The text is as well.
Yes, I
That's
know.
such a what's happening with the this house looks like AI generated.
This is
The-
his side, and that's her corner.
Basically, but even like there's a
Also, the roof is fucking crooked.
yeah, the
The
roof
whole house
is
is a bit
it
crooked.
has like a so
Well,
many things I can't even finish a sentence and I fucking notice something new that's crooked and weird.
It looks like there's two apartments to this, and one side was like, no, we want a triangle on our roof, and the other was like, no triangle on our roof, and
Yeah, and it's slanting away, but in a weird angle.
Yeah.
In the hole, that like porch's angle doesn't match with the upper angle of the roof itself,
mhm.
or the attic. Of course, there's the glaring red portion,
Yeah.
and the
We
I
could do a little
don't
bit of
know.
renovation. Okay.
Even the I don't know. Oh, it's so it's such a good place to have a horror story set in. Yeah. Anyway, sorry
Yeah.
for the tangent. Holy crap.
It's a good place to bring your child's OCD friend to.
Yes.
Yeah, they probably will fix themselves by the end of it. Either that or they just stop being a problem.
It's away in horror.
Yeah.
Hence the horror, yes.
Yeah, I don't like this. It's not as remote as the earlier description. That's bad.
Anyway, then
I guess we should set up like a perimeter of sorts. Try to catch it entering the city. Or preferably before it enters the city, since if this is where it's headed, then it's bound to be quite a chaos. I doubt we want that to happen.
True. I
Unless
suppose you
it's
got to
already
ask yourself,
there,
like,
but
okay,
yes.
why is it heading here?
It's coming back home,
Yeah, I mean,
trying to find
that's what I'm guessing. Yeah,
his wife.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson?
just something you know, primal, latching onto a past memory. Fuck if I know.
Well, I mean, it is sort of your job to figure stuff like that out to know what you're dealing with, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's my best guess so far.
Okay, well, I mean, you're all there.
I'm a
you have
janitor,
whatever...
okay?
Okay, you wipe
I'm
your
just a
mop on the house and
janitor,
it's
so-
gone. Problem solved.
No house, no problem.
I mean, it's coming from the west. There is only one road. It was trying to use cars. We should probably get a scout on the road to Billing.
Okay. In case
Imagine,
it's
because it's a
coming
street-
along the road again.
Preferably someone with fucking binoculars or something. Maybe a high caliber rifle.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's an
A
option.
bazooka.
Just stake out this house, and if they show up, you know, big monster thing crawls out of the bushes, goes, "I'm here," then you shoot it.
Yeah. All the
Fair
neighbors
enough,
are gonna
as far
fucking
as
love that.
tactics go.
We should have, like, we have flamethrowers, right? So we're pretty stacked.
Yes, you have
And the UV
flamethrowers.
That's like
You
the
have other guns. I think you have you have a whole bunch of guns in the truck. Of course, you're not as
And-
skilled with them as Agent Stone is, but good enough.
No, but I know how to shine a flashlight, and I have a tanning light. So
It's true.
okay, I'm armed.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you're all
will
armed.
do the like if nobody stops me or Dr. Gorm, I'm gonna put on a like full hazmat suit and just stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Guybrush
might...
is like, no, we need a proper backstory for that kind of stuff. You're gonna be alerting the whole neighborhood, causing
Well,
panic.
couldn't we just put? Hey, can we? Oh, we probably don't have time for putting up like a dressing on the house to make it look like it's getting fumigated.
Well, you would need to consult with the people inside that, or you need to pull some bureaucratic strings to get this house quarantined for some reason.
I mean, you could...
How much?
You could do that
How much
multiple ways.
authority do we have? Could we just like
Take care of-
call for the police to arrest these people or detain them for a day? You know, 'Cause
I think you need a warrant
it
for
is-
that.
I mean,
Sure, but it is much more safer that way than like them being
I
here
would
at all.
absolutely
gotta
love to
sort of
get
think-
that house evacuated in one way
Yes.
or another.
You got to think, if the FBI after this goes, "Hey, you did some things that were sort of fucky, you can't fucking do that," and then they turn around to Delta Green, and Delta Green's not there anymore.
True. We don't want to fuck up things
So
too bad
unless
for
you
ourselves.
kill
Yeah.
people, then they'll just be left sort of screaming at the authorities, getting nothing. As long as their house isn't destroyed, and they just spend some nights in a jail cell. Like, who cares? On the big scale of things.
Yeah, just flash your
Okay.
FBI badge and get
And go,
them out
hi,
of
you
there.
two are under arrest for the drugs.
Okay.
No, in for questioning, and then just hold them in a jail cell for like a day or two without actually asking them anything.
Yeah, that's a plan.
Then apologize. It's fine.
Yeah. That's exactly Gorm's idea. So yeah, he will try to pull some strings to do that, or even do it himself if he needs to.
I mean, the bunch of you are, familiar with law and bureaucracy. Law is even a specific skill for this. Who has law skill?
Probably Mr. Guybrush.
Mr. Guybrush
Zero.
does have law. Wait, do I? No, I do not. That was Victor. Never mind.
Does no one have law?
Okay. Wait, law. 0% for Finland.
Okay, well, fortunately, you're just sort of pretending to know the law, and you're mainly just
What about
intimidating
Stone?
them. That's also a good question. Does he know the law? Is he the law?
Probably is the law.
Because if you are the law, then
He
simply...
wrote his back, but he's not saying anything. You're
Yeah,
muted
I don't know.
if you're
Maybe
here.
he's still muted. Let's see. Agent Brush, Agent Stone. What do you have? What do you have in terms of skills? Let me take a look.
Do you even have skills?
Law 20. Does no one
Yeah,
here know
that's
anything
zero.
about the law?
There we
That's
go.
more than us.
That's more than, yeah, because law is 0 normally, so.
I
Yeah.
guess he has more than most people, but
So
Mateo,
at least he can.
you're the everything.
I mean, he looks the part also, so you know.
Are you telling me
Him,
Mateo
big
is
burly
not...
guy flashing his FBI badge. You're coming with me? Yeah.
It makes sense
Sir, yes,
that
sir.
we have 4 fucking law enforcements and no one knows the law.
It is kind of hilarious that the criminologist doesn't know law.
Okay. All right. In that case, rather
I
than
didn't have the
leaving it up
points
this,
for.
yeah, I'm just gonna leave this up to a luck roll to see if this is gonna be short-term success or long-term success. Okay. You coordinate with the local police department and trump up some fantastical charges like, hello, we're doing a murder investigation. We have reason to believe, the people living at this address are involved. We're bringing you in for extended questioning. Do you want to go with the Johnsons and ask them all sorts of stuff, or do you just leave that to the police department and focus on the house so you can search, fortify?
Focus on the house. It doesn't even matter. Hopefully they get some idea or something useful out of them. But this is all about the hunt.
Out of
Not
them?
the
What are you...
backstory.
I mean, remember, what are you trying to do with what?
We are trying to clear the house from
Yes.
the occupants.
Okay.
And if they know any interesting tidbits about Lieutenant whoever, Huey, that's nice, but that's not pertaining to the hunt we're on.
Okay, so you do some very basic questioning on them.
Or leave it up to the
Police
force.
department, that's fine too. Then
Yeah,
you'll get
police
information later. Okay.
Mhm.
If you're leaving it up to information later, then you'll get information later. Meanwhile, you're focusing on the house itself. A quick investigation of the house reveals no more than you're just seeing here. It seems like a very bare bones family lived here. They are not involved in anything criminal. They are not involved in anything weird or science fiction related, nothing supernatural. There is no secret lab. And there is nothing in the house that seemed to point to some dead Air Force colonel. So whatever they know about Yuli, that'll pop up when they're questioned.
Yeah. Were they? They were probably just white people.
What an
no
odd thing to
amount.
ask.
Well, I'm trying to figure out when to use my foreign language Chinese or the foreign language I haven't
Okay,
decided
if
yet.
this
So
is
that's the only reason
if
to
this
ask.
if this is a 90 or higher, they happen to be something where that applies. No.
Okay, yeah. Just a bunch of crackers. Good. Keep on going.
I don't think Montana is a particularly crackery state, but all right.
Crick crack.
Right, crick crack. Anyway, that means that it is currently October 5th, and you are spending the rest of the day in, what the fuck was this town called? The town was called Billings.
Billings.
Right. In Billings, fortifying. Okay, and that is the rest of your day then.
Yes.
Because your plan is fortify this place, set up perimeters so you know, okay, it's coming for this place. Let's see if we can see it coming and then shoot it. Right? That's your plan?
I would like to, because
I wanted to try and catch it before it hits Billing.
Right.
Well,
right.
Then you go, because this is a big fucking area in between these two. Also, you probably should have set that up beforehand. Like, this is it's a big chunk of land between Boot and Billings.
Yeah, but Tortilla said there's only like one way coming in, so we could try to ambush it in between, like before.
Yes,
I did hear that.
To use cars, apparently.
Also, it was in a certain road.
I did hear that.
Yes.
I sort of somehow ignored it and just kept on running away with my idea.
It knows how to use cars very poorly. Like, it tried driving, it didn't really work.
Yeah, it might.
Well, do we have any kind of like check maps a little bit. Any like vantage points?
Vantage points. I mean, there's buildings in the surrounding area. There's streets. It's not a particularly. There's some tall buildings in the area. It's mainly just other houses. It's not like there's a tower you happen to be able to shoot from. There's plenty of bushes nearby.
There's a second story of the house.
Yeah, the house is a second story, but there's a larger house next to it.
And it's the
I'm
house
thinking
already.
like before the city.
Okay, so before the city is a giant fuck-off area, so if you say, I am looking for something like XYZ, it's probably there. Like, if you want a big tower along the side of the road that you can sit in with your sniper rifle and scan the road, yeah, it's probably there. The question is, what are the odds that it happens to walk through the view of your sniper rifle when you're looking in a certain direction? As opposed to it just going from bushes to bushes going, tee.
Yeah, I mean, what sort of equipment do we have? We got night vision, right?
You have night vision, you have flamethrowers, you have rifles. Right? You have all the guns and ammo you could want for this.
And you can borrow guy brushes.
Thermal vision?
Tanning light.
I guess, if you want. Those could probably be arranged. I don't think they were explicitly arranged, but I have no problem with them, you having them. So. You just want to, because you just want to sit on a roadside in a tower in Montana and just continuously scan every thermal signature you see in that area.
Just hoping to catch it before it comes to Billings, because if it comes to Billings, then like it's...
Okay, this is an area where
it's so much worse for everyone.
Right, Montana has a lot of just animals there: deer, boar, cows. Yeah, cars constantly go through the area, people, and those all have thermal signatures. So if you sit there scouting with thermal signatures for the next, I don't know, days?
Yeah, I'm looking for a bear that has an extra bear ass, or a cow that is sprinting at like 100 miles per hour, or like anything that's just fucking off.
Right. Which then happens to go through a fairly small entrance point that you can monitor, and you happen to be awake and looking at it at that particular point, and through thermals you can recognize it in time. Remember, this is what you would be spending because you're just.
I
Gonna
know
sit
you're telling
there
me.
and then-
I know you're telling me not to do it, but I still want to fucking do it. It just makes sense.
That's fine. I'm just making sure we all agree. Because if you park yourself there and say, and now I shall be on watch, your success chance is not 0. It's just small and stretched out over a long period of time. And I want to make sure you're not just parking yourself there for the next week of game time.
Yeah, I'm dropping myself here into different, like, I guess, entrance points into the town, and it's kind of like if we go north, it's what's the word? Very flat. Westward, it's pretty mountainous. To be fair, ish. I mean, it's super flat actually
Sniping,
here as well. What the fuck?
scanning near.
Everywhere I check, it looks like
Overwatch.
it looks like a bunch of hills
Yeah,
and stuff, but it's
entrance.
so flat everywhere.
Yeah.
Did we actually get the ranger with the dog already?
That was a while ago, and yes, and you scanned, you scouted, and you didn't end up finding anything, and since then you have relocated and found where it's probably heading. I don't know how much you've been listening to, but you used to be
Not
near...
at all. I just left my phone at home and I went with the dog.
Right, okay, so
we
briefly summarize what-
relocated to Billings because apparently this is some former, well, it's a mutated whatever the fuck of Lieutenant something who died somewhere.
Could someone summarize this
And
slightly
it's been
better,
moving.
please?
It's been moving towards Billings, which is where this guy used to live. So we're guessing it's moving towards where it used to
Okay,
live.
some lieutenant somewhere something is the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bear is Lieutenant Daniel Hewley, and he died in a training accident in '92. And we found out his address is Billings, Montana, which was exactly where you've been tracking the creature. So
Okay, so we need to like keep him steady till you arrive like a half a day later.
well, we actually arrived, and now we have to figure out like
We're all
How do
in
we catch
Billings
him?
and the creature is not here. How do we catch it?
yeah, we cleared the building itself from the current residents, but now the question is like Matteo wants to go outside the city limits and just like basically be a sentry and overwatch and try to find the creature before it ends Billings, and Gorm wants to put on a hazmat suit and cover the building with a dressing to seem like it's fumigating just to make himself feel safe. And you two, Guybrush and Stone, I have no idea what you want to do, but now's your chance to get your hooks in.
And what's the proof that he is actually getting on this location?
Not much.
Punch.
Yeah,
What
to
is
check,
Punch.
you found a crow
What is
with a
punch?
finger growing out of it. You checked the finger. The DNA matched a deceased Air Force colonel. So you concluded, well, maybe it's that guy. And then you did a background check on him and discovered his previous known address was here. And then you put 2 and 2 together and matched that it is a location along the line that you were searching. Therefore, you went to this address and you've arrested the people that were living here.
We did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
you did. Well, not you specifically. Well, because that way they were out of the house and they were now in holding.
Out
And
of harm's
that
way.
way they are out of harm's way in case a fucking monster thing suddenly shows up in the middle of this
Also,
town.
there are
So
2 monsters.
When did you disappear? Like, is there possibility that like some of his family members are still alive, like children or wife or something like that?
Well, they
That's a
weren't
good
living
question.
there
We
at least.
didn't check that.
They weren't
No, we
here
didn't check
in this
that yet.
particular house when they arrived.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
And then they arrested
on
the
a
people that lived
critical-
here.
Yeah, on a critical, we got pointed out that, the important thing about his file is probably his last known address, which is here, which was also pointed out, that is also very close to where you guys were looking for its tracks, where the bear crashed the car. So it was like, it's round the area. So it looked, and since the only way that guy's DNA could be here is if it came from the blue goop,
Yeah, so it's
which
finding
is
its way
actually-
home.
Yeah, basically, it seemed like it is going towards the last known address where that guy lived, whose DNA somehow entered in a crow that was infected with the goop. So it's a lot of assumptions, but there seems to be a trail.
Okay, well, Nathan is a big guy. He's a brute, but he's not stupid. He's gonna find out that is there any living members of his family if he's not just trying to find his way home, but somehow sniffing his let's say wife or children or whatever. So while everybody else finding place to shoot the creature and stuff like that, Nathan is doing some phone calls.
Okay. I'm going to say that your basic skills and hunch will simply pay off as you check the same address and found that, yes, he, the dead guy, lived here with his wife and kid some years ago. However, then they moved a bunch of years ago and now live somewhere else in Billings.
Yeah. So Nathan is going to think a bit. Can he actually is he able to use authority to have a police protection for the family if they are living nearby? If they're living in different
They are
states,
living nearby. It's a different address. You can also just find that. You're spending some time just investigating this with your, police bureaucracy, particularly since Mateo is setting up fortifications and plans for, okay, what if this thing comes this way? Can we intercept it somehow? This house might be what it's going for since it's the last known address. It might also be sniffing out its family, which is a different address. You have that address, which is the one I said before, 10441 Great Sky Way.
How far is it? I'm checking out from Google Maps.
How far is it from the other address? It's in the same town.
Okay, I'm basically I'm stating that there's another chance that basically the guy's family is living in the same town, not far away, and that might be a different address that this guy knew before he died.
Yeah.
It's possible that he just came here, see that there's different family living here, and then bounce on the other address. So I think that that's what we should also take into account.
You do got to think for a second, is it smelling them? Is it going off memory? Is it going off some sort of sense of family detection?
It doesn't matter, basically.
You have two addresses. It might be coming for either of them. You don't know.
Yeah.
We have an airport in Laurel. Can we get a chopper?
Sorry, one thing at a time. Agent Stone.
Basically, if it's not very far away, do we have a ride?
Do you have a ride? I'm assuming all of you just have cars.
Yeah, can we get a chopper?
Yeah, so Nathan's just going to say that he's going to head there.
In Laurel.
And he's also going to use a phone and call for a patrol in that corner. In some imaginary reason that could fit the narrative.
You just be, hey, we're FBI, we're doing an investigation. I need extra patrols set up here for reasons. And then they'll go, well, I mean, we can spare 1 or 2 cars. How long do you need us to patrol for?
1 night. Just keep eyes open and report anything suspicious. And if something suspicious happen, do the due diligence as a police officer.
That's perfectly fine. Anyone else? Anything in particular with this fortification plan you're doing?
So the helicopter.
Yeah.
Right, helicopter. Okay, 1. Who do you request a helicopter from?
Well, I mean, through Delta Green, probably a police chopper would be a place to start.
Okay. And how long do you need it for?
I mean, we can
because helicopters flying in the air costs money, and they aren't just capable of flooding everything constantly. It needs to be proportional, right? So if it's like, hey, there's a monster right here, bring in an Apache helicopter and shoot it with missiles, yeah, okay, maybe. If it's, hey, we need a chopper, why? We're just gonna fly around a bit. They need a reason.
Yeah. Mateo wants to go. in the air now.
I would like
Did we
it for
have a time-
fun.
Did we have a time when the car was reported stolen? When the bear stole a car?
Okay, the bear stole a car.
trying to
Yes,
think,
that
like-
was like that was in the middle of the night on the night of, what was it, October 4th, and then in the morning of October 5th, it was crashed along the side of the road somewhere near, Boot. It's quite a bit
Right,
away. It's not in Billings yet. It's not
No,
outside
no,
of it.
I'm-
It's like last known location. It's currently
Right.
here.
Yeah, no. My point is because we don't have a timetable, but if we can, based on when the airplane crashed to when the car was stolen, we can probably calculate
Yes.
an estimation of how fast it goes on limbs.
Right.
And if it's crashed the car and no suspicious car thefts have been reported, there's a chance that it's still coming on limbs. That gives us the slowest possible estimation of when it is here on its land speed, so to speak, which is what Guybrush is like.
Right.
These times
Give me an
using
intelligence
math,
check.
because that way we can be like, oh, well, at least
I-
this long.
Can I help?
Critical.
Oh, you critted already.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Critical success on calculating. Based on its current speed, which is not terribly fast. I mean, it went a bit faster in a car, but it doesn't seem to be able to really do a car properly. So it's probably just going to go on foot, and it probably needs to, only travel at night. And it's going at about this speed. You would expect it to arrive here in Billings somewhere between October 11th and the 13th.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
And
Which
Guybrush
is
is-
still quite a few
raises
days
another-
from now.
Yeah.
This raises another interesting question. Did it just wake up right around when the plane got to near Billings? How does that work? Like, it just sensed that it's near where it wants to be and just attacked the crew of the plane?
Who knows?
Well, you had the black box. We investigated it.
Yes.
Can we get flight reports and flight path? Where and when did the problem start?
I believe, let's see, it
Right.
took off from Seattle and then started flying across the country over here, and then it just immediately had problems and went down.
Okay.
So things
It-
happened
it
pretty
might have taken-
quickly.
Yeah, it might have had to hatch in a way from
Yeah,
wherever
well,
it was
I mean-
contained and stuff like that. So after activation,
Mhm.
takes some time.
I guess that answered the question, though. We need it for 3 nights, since it most probably travels by night.
Yeah, it most probably travels by night, and the slowest speed is within
What day was
within a
it
few
today?
days.
It's currently October 5th, and it would arrive
Yeah.
either 11th, 12th, or 13th, probably.
Assuming it doesn't learn to drive a car faster.
Assuming it doesn't, I don't know, sneak aboard a truck and hitchhike its way over
Yeah.
here.
But that's the slowest speed that we need. So there's still a good
But
a
didn't
good long time window. So
didn't
a
you say
helicopter
it
for a
can
few days
shapeshift?
is
and you're counting currently according to its whatever dragging its limb speed. I'm expecting it to be faster than that.
Go,
Probably.
gadget, shape of car.
Go gadget, whatever that has 4 limbs that are not shaped like tentacles.
Yeah. It does seem to be able to mature into a more stable form.
Right.
As time
but
goes by,
once
pretty
you are more
rapidly.
stable, that indicates that it doesn't constantly change. You probably would have seen it change a little bit into something more practical than whatever that mess of limbs was you were tracking before.
Yeah.
Or a small gnome creature, or whatever the fuck was growing out of the crows. None of that seems
Or
like
in
it's
the car.
particularly constantly morphing.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, when I get you probably describe when I ask, like, Gorm goes like, can you describe what you saw in the car that you torched? You did find the car and torched it, right? I saw it in the news. Somebody torched a car.
Torch the car? Oh, the car you guys set on fire.
Yeah. So if I get a basically a description of what the so did it have leather seats? So it just amalgamated with the leather seats, right? And that's it.
It sort of did something icky to the seats. You didn't examine it in detail.
Well, how it looked like. Basically, it's just just a question like,
Look
okay,
melted.
Yeah, and it had leather seat, right?
Yes.
It wasn't like
Yes.
and it didn't burn through, I don't know, metal that was inside. So the frames
No,
of
it
the seat
didn't melt the
were still
metal or
there.
anything. It's not like it's
Yeah,
made of
yeah,
acid melting and stuff.
So it looks like it basically looks like the whoever was sitting in the just basically they were sitting on they were hot and sitting on snow. They just melted into the seat until they hit something that they couldn't melt into. And when they have multiple, like it was just leaning over and going all over, that kind of goes to Gorm's idea of maybe it's actually just growing bigger and bigger, as it could feel like 3 seats ish instead of just the one person that it used to be. So we might be on the lookout of a big one, like getting bigger. So just being. Oh, maybe it wasn't a bear. Maybe it was just a big man, and people in in the dark just kind of explain it away. Like, well, it must have been a bear. It couldn't be a person. So
Like was something big, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, my other idea was maybe part of it got just when it got too bright, part of it just melted in there in the car, but some of it escaped. I don't know what the morphology is. I'm sorry, we just don't have enough information. Anyway, these are all quite interesting hypotheses.
See.
So a chopper for 11th until 13th, unless we need it faster. But we should like reserve it for those, unless there's a better idea. So maybe when
See, I just
when
think
Stone
it's a
asked,
bad idea to let it enter the town. That's all.
I mean, fair. There's a monster coming to the town
definitely.
that can potentially eat people and grow and mutate and infect people. Maybe not have it in the town.
Sure.
Depending on exactly what it can do.
So do we call in missing persons case and just like get a string of people combing the forest, putting them into danger?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
I think it is a pretty callous proposition. Out of character, coming from a man who wanted to incinerate a civilian. But anyway, well, we could do that, sure.
Yeah. I mean,
at least we'd
it's
find
tricky,
it,
right? The problem is, if you just fortify here, set up defenses, set up even a chopper that flies around, people at towers watching stuff with thermal cameras, and you see it at some point, and then you shoot it. Let's say 5 days pass. Is there something else you could have spent those 5 days better on? Not sunk cost fallacy. What's the other thing called? Loss.
opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost. That's the one.
Yeah. Well, of course, information gathering could be. Well, first of all, we should be checking the family. No matter what we do, because I'd really love to know what kind of place we might be encountering this creature,
Mhm.
and also there might be some information that might help us predict the movements.
Right. Okay. Well,
Yes.
let's see. At least I have the other one where there's. Of course, this doesn't want to. Here we go. One, step two, map, map, map. Great. You take a look at the other address. For one, we just have this outside picture, and for one, we have the inside picture. For the other address, as you scout that and take a, oh God, why is the text all small and smudgy? Doesn't matter. It's a floor plan. You get the idea.
Yeah, unfinished attic found.
Yeah. Master bedroom, sitting room, unfinished attic space, master bath, kitchen, dining floor, bedroom, bath, back room, living room, bedroom, shed. You know, it's a building.
There's some kind of closet, but that I can't figure out.
The closet at the bottom thing, it's a front closet.
Yeah.
It's literally just a closet. There is nothing here that indicates like, oh, it's a secret something or another, or we're going to set up defenses here. Like, obviously, if combat takes place with this thing inside this building, yeah, okay. But if you're going to shoot it from a distance on a field, then no, not so much.
Yep.
So that's, something you might deal with. Alternatively, this other location. The question is, which and how will you need to deal with? We don't know yet. I mean, okay, obviously the game gives you a map for this location, so it expects that to be important, but simultaneously, I can assure you that the other locations are also very likely.
Mm-hmm. And that would be metagaming, and we don't do that around here.
It's like, there's 3 locations, a wide open map with no details, a picture of a house from 10 miles away, or this highly detailed dungeon map.
That says the monster spawns here. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that. Like, I assure you as DM, like, this is the material being kind of clunky and being like, I give you 2 addresses and one of them isn't a thing. Like, what are the odds agents would want to fight this thing inside a building if they know anything about it? This is more if you go here incidentally when shit goes down.
Yeah, even I thought, like, Dr. Gorm is the kind of guy who wants to go in closed space, and he's like, no, we're covering this shit up and like
killing him on the street,
denying the creature's way inside and just burning it out here,
right?
with hazmat suits on. Yeah, so. But what about the family?
Might be here. The family that lives in the place. The family of the guy.
Here, in the sky.
Right. So Isabella Yulee and her son Malcolm have lived in this place since 1993, a little bit after the death of Lieutenant Daniel Yulee. It was bought with money from a settlement paid by the military. There's records of just, a military settlement due to wrongful death.
Wrongful?
Well, yeah, he died in a training accident, so wrongful.
Whoops, sorry, here's your settlement.
Of course it's wrongful.
Sorry, your husband's dead. Whoop.
Exactly. But that's exactly the kind of pressure point to, like, prod when you want something answered quickly, like, wrongful. Well, did you know anything about, like, the settlement must not have been worth the wrongful death? And do you know anything about the unfortunate circumstances? Sure.
Right. So you want to go talk to the wife?
Indeed, because that's the way we actually might glean something of this.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a house. She's there. How do you
Good to meet
introduce
new people.
yourself? Do you knock on the door? Do you call her?
Oh, no, I don't want to keep on calling women from campaign to another. I'd rather go to the door.
I mean, you can let someone. You can let Mateo. You can give the
Or
phone to
somebody
Mateo
else
and be
do.
like, call a woman.
Hello, señorita. How your husband died?
I don't know why you so consistently always end up on the phone calling women.
I just don't know.
You just make these player guy characters who are so good with ladies.
I'm sorry, I can't just completely disregard my own personality from
I know.
my characters. I
Well-
mean, what? Sorry. Whoa.
Why do you always play the
Uh,
harasser?
Indeed,
Okay,
that's
if someone else is like,
insinuation.
I'll call this lady, or I would go talk to her, then say so now.
No, this is Gorm's idea. I want to go talk to the lady in the hospital because it still takes us like half a week until the monster should be here.
Great. So just to be clear, Mateo is currently setting up scouting and probably together with Stone to make sure this thing does not enter the town. Gorm is talking to the family. You're going to go talk to the lady in the hospital. The lady in the hospital that just had surgery and might not be available to talk to.
One
well, I
question.
mean, I would obviously.
Stone, go ahead.
I just said 20 minutes ago that I'm going to head out for the family and also order the patrol car there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you
that,
did. You
that's been
said
done.
you were
going
going
out
that
for the
way.
family. The patrol's
Oh,
fine.
I
Heading
never
out to
did
the
that.
family. Yeah, but we didn't get around to you, as in who's talking to the family. So I guess you're already on location talking to the family then.
Yeah, sorry, almost. Sorry for almost
Stealing your
stealing
stuff.
that from you.
It's
No.
fine. Let's do it that the patrol car is there and
Yes.
it's not like my character is the most chatty guy in the world. So he's basically just going around the perimeter, investigating that the guy is not already skulking in the shadows somewhere
Mhm.
and finding a good a point to set up a overlook station with his rifle.
Mhm.
So after that, the chatty guys can go on business. But yeah, but just want to say that it seems that I got ignored there.
Well, the patrol car we did, and I thought you said send the patrol car around that area, which I took into consideration. I just didn't know that you yourself were going to go talk to the family. So I guess we're going to that part. You show up at the house to talk to this family. You go ding dong, right?
Am I busy doing something else, or are you dragging me with you since we are kind of the B team?
You tell me if you're there or not. Yes or no.
I think you're the A team,
So-
like the alpha team, and we're the
Yeah.
beta.
Matthias?
I just said that I am not going to go to talk with the family. I'm going to look out the perimeter, find out the good spots to keep an overlook so that basically Miro's character can go to chat with the family.
Okay.
Okay.
I just said
So we're
5 minutes.
doing. Yeah. So we're doing the perimeter.
Okay. You're
Checking
just doing the
and,
perimeter
securing.
because there was confusion when Gorm also thought, oh, he's talking to them. So, okay, there's some confusion. It's fine. Gorm goes to talk to them. So again, Miro, describe. What do you do?
Let's see. I don't look like the military type, so I shouldn't try to introduce myself as a service buddy, probably. Don't know anything about his racial affiliation, so probably not the best kind of drinking buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I might be.
Yes.
Don't look like a reporter. Damn, it's hard to now that you say it like that. What would I introduce myself as?
I mean, is special agent
the-
something or another here investigating Your
Oh, right. Okay.
husband's
Yeah.
death?
There you go. Okay. Yes. So I oh my goodness, this is horrible. I go in and ring the doorbell, wait for the answer, make sure my FBI badge is clearly visible, and say like, well, good day. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt your day. I guess we know the name, so they
Yes,
call them Mrs. still when they're widowed, right? So
I guess so.
Mrs.
Her name is Isabella Yuli,
Yeah,
and
so
she is a
Mrs. Healy.
widow, and you can see in the nameplates that she lives here with her son.
Yeah. So good day, Mrs. Healy. Terribly sorry to accost you like this, but could I come inside? I have some questions about your
How do
late
you
husband.
introduce yourself? She doesn't let you just come inside as just hello, Gorm-looking person.
Yeah. As I said, from FBI. We are.
Okay. Yep. FBI. Here's my badge.
Yep. FBI. Here's my badge. Could I come in?
What's this about?
It's about your late husband. We are opening the investigation again to see if, new evidence has come to light, and I'd like to go into detail, but I'd love to enter.
I see.
And not stay here.
All right. She invites you in, points you to the couch to sit down. Please, we were never given any details besides that he had an accident during a flying maneuver and died very heroically.
Oh, yes. So I'm sorry to start with the questions, but it is crucial that the new evidence doesn't, how do you say, influence your answers. So please do give me a description of what you already know about this.
Well, like I said, we were only told that he died during a training exercise. Supposedly he was flying some experimental new craft, and there was a malfunction in the machinery, which resulted in a wrongful death, and the settlement was quickly taken care of by the government afterwards, and we were never given any details. Supposedly it was some sort of secret operation he was involved in. It's all been a very long time, but it's so sad that we were never given any details.
Yes, I'm sorry to bring these all of these up again. I'm sure you would rather not be prodded by this.
Please tell me you have some answers. It would be so nice to get that after all this time.
Yes, well, did you get any location where he went last? Was he in a nearby airbase or in another place?
That's a weird thing to ask. When you supposedly know all this stuff. Like, quick Gorm charisma failure check. That's the wrong dice. She'll say, as far as I know, he was operating out of Washington military base.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay. So, well, I'm sorry to inform that this has been it's been a while, and it's been a little bit less. Well, let's say it's been more declassified at the moment. So, so your husband wasn't actually in Washington at all. It was in our escapades into Persian Gulf that this all happened.
Oh my God, the Persian Gulf. The furthest I ever knew he went was New Mexico.
Well, sure, but Yes, this action happened over at the Persian Gulf, and we have to. This is horrible to ask, but has he had any contact with the Iraqi, any government contacts or any persons of Iraqi descendant as a friend?
Again, what a bizarre question to ask. It's like, guys,
Wow, this guy's racially profiling in the supermarket. How terrible. Did he know any Muslims?
As I said before I started this, this is horrible.
Oh, yeah. Well,
not only that, but it's like you're talking to his widow of, how many years is it? Like almost 20 years and something. Her husband has been dead, and then you come again. Hi, did your husband?
I've been
maybe
apologizing profusely.
Okay.
I'm
either
trying
way,
to. I'm trying to
It's
portray this
no,
as.
he always hated Muslims. Fortunately, so small cross. Thank God. Since 9/11 happened sometimes after his death, so.
Oh yes, indeed. Yes, that was definitely done by airplanes. Mm-hmm. I have a little notebook that I just keep on scribbling things in.
He always would tell me whenever we were in New York, those towers look like they would need massive insurance payouts to cover anything that would happen to them, like a plane flying into them. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
No, so
it was his favorite joke when we were there.
Oh, so he in an incredible way he predicted this horrible event.
I suppose in
something
retrospect we can laugh about it.
Ooh,
it's been a very long time after all.
Well, yes. So you mentioned New Mexico. Anything in particular happened there, or was it just a holiday? Or
critical success, even. Okay. Well, I don't know. All he ever said was that he was at Military Base 51, involved in some top secret program he wasn't allowed to talk about, but that it was going to revolutionize everything. And that the world would never be the same after this supposed, whatever number one contact goes through.
well. And you don't happen to know anything about the critical contact? Any aliases or a name mentioned in between? You kind of hobby friend or something?
No, sadly, he never named everyone. He was very secretive about all of it.
This is getting so off rails. I love it. Out of character.
Although I have been asked by several other investigators who also claim to be FBI over the years, who said that they were also very curious about my husband and whether or not they perhaps could be told anything to control him, or they were sensitive about, just in case they met him as a ghost, which I found very weird.
Met him as a ghost?
Yes, it was the FBI ghost hunting division. They said they were really interested in talking to his ghost and needed to know all sorts of things. Likes and dislikes, and if he reacted to certain stimuli even when unconscious. Facts about his childhood that only he would know, that they would be able to test for when they talked to his ghost.
Gorm sets down his writing utensils onto his lap in a very sharp way, and then he looks very how do you even say that, like questioningly to her, and asks like, "Good madam, you don't actually, you're pulling my leg, aren't you? We definitely don't have a ghost hunting division in FBI."
No, I'm telling you, they definitely were with the ghost hunting division, and it's needed too. I've been contacted by my husband's ghost several times recently.
Oh,
I mean, I think it's my
well,
husband. I think I recognize just the soft humming in his voice. Nothing's actually being said on the phone, but I think it's him.
phone. So you keep on getting calls from your late husband.
Well, I mean, it's just been something last night. Before that, it's usually been seances or dreams.
So last night, and could I mayhap give a quick
I need a
call
picture for this woman.
on your phone, please?
Just gonna use this this picture as what I imagine her face looks like during all this. Her phone. It would it have been on a landline? I think she would have been calling on a landline.
Good.
I mean, the
Even
phone is
better.
right there. You can just check it. You know what the phone number is. You can easily ask her, and then you can probably check that stuff with all sorts of authorities to know who and what's been calling.
Or
But she
just
doesn't.
call. Don't they have the like call the operator to call back to the number that was last dialed or something?
I mean, you can do that. Just call back the number. All right, luck check. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
No, like it seems to connect to just some number that's ringing but not being answered.
Okay. Must be a payphone. Okay. I'm scribbling down the number. Tick 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 tick. This has been an interesting conversation. Thank you very much. Yes. So we have been wondering about 9/11, of course, but anything to be contacted with the Iraqi war and the Afghanistan war. So
Yes, I've hoped I've answered all your questions sufficiently. And do tell the nice people of the ghost hunting division that I hope their progress is going well and that they finally give my husband some rest.
what we are doing the best with the tax money you provide us, good madam.
Okay, good.
Well, thank you for your time. Before I like leave, I'll try to check around to see any. Well, of course, I try to find the like layout or try to map the layout, but also any kind of indication of what the lieutenant. Oh, I actually could just ask. Could I? No, I couldn't. Never mind. If I can find a picture of the late husband just hanging around, I'd like to take a peek.
Sure, there's a photo of the late husband, but it's a very average looking, just a guy.
Okay, just a guy.
Just a
it's
guy.
just good. So he's not a mountain of a man.
No.
He's just a guy. Okay. So good. That a little bit confirms my hypothesis. Anyway, I bid farewell to the good lady and once again wonder how the heck do my characters just keep on getting into pickle with ladies. Oof.
Yes, thank God nothing weird happened to that conversation. Goodbye, Mr. Gorham. Good luck with your thing. She shuts the door. She goes on. Wasn't there supposed to be something like, hey, we're here to protect you in case stuff happens? No.
Because Mr. Stone wasn't there to say
was
that.
No. Okay. Great. Then they'll get a follow up later, I guess, when the emergency does happen.
The
Okay,
emergency
the
is
birds
gonna
are losing their
happen.
fucking mind. Discuss plan, please, as I step away for a moment.
We're gonna have to deal with this like on the outside.
Oh.
Like we could go, I could go back in and say that there might be a terrorist threat on the house, and they need to evacuate. It's just that the conversation took weird turns, and she basically just confessed to her late husband to be kind of responsible of to 2011 9/11 attacks.
That's not what
So,
she said, but okay.
no. Right, this is the intelligent guy, not the not Peter.
Yeah, this isn't
it's difficult
Peter.
because
This isn't Peter.
this is horrible because I get into same pickles with the different characters. So
This time you actually need to be serious and not do the funny and twist the knowledge.
true. So yeah, she told me that she actually got a call from her husband, and you should trace that call where it came from. Last night too, so we should have a pretty good triangulation. Well, not triangulation, a little bit of an idea where our hunt is. Assuming this lady was talking seriously, because there were mentions of FBI ghost hunting divisions and stuff. So this might not be the most reliable witness we have.
FBI ghost hunting divisions. Did she say what kind of questions they were asking?
Well,
I'm assuming this is you.
I already forgot.
I'm assuming you listened, so the information would have been given.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I thought he went there alone.
I'll try to give
Sure.
an honest account, but I honestly forgot because it's difficult to record and create at the same time.
Sure.
Sometimes.
Well, you relay the questions and then Doctor Guybrush goes, well, I have more of a feeling that those were people from who were conducting whatever experiment turned him into this goop. That sounds like something they were trying to use to get a stir out of the sludge that he became, to see whether or not it contains a conscious mind that they can stimulate or get a reaction out of. Something personal, something that the military would know, but that a wife would.
I
See
wonder
the
if this
man
is
still in
somehow.
there.
Might this be connected to MK Ultra somehow? Just people trying to create a way of communicating telepathically or mind controlling.
I mean, she sounded like she was a bit more crazy than and just willing to go with whatever bullshit she was told rather than anything.
Yeah.
As said,
questions like that.
But the phone call, that's an actual tangible physical evidence we have. Basically, if she was talking, because we can just check the phone records, and if somebody actually called, there's some truth to it. There has to be.
Well, someone called, but it could also be a stalker from across the way. But yeah, we should probably check who's been calling her.
Right.
If it's a payphone along a phone booth along the way, I'm not sure how many phone booths there were in America.
A few hours,
we're talking, thinking the same way.
Yeah, a few hours checking will quickly reveal that was a payphone along the road between where you would expect it, between butt and fillings.
Yes. And okay, so that
Another
actually
perfect
has
neighbor.
merit.
Suppose.
Like it could have been it could still be a stalker because they're probably nearby, but and would probably call from payphone. But still, we
Government-
should take this seriously
Oh,
because
absolutely.
we know that this lieutenant is actually alive.
Right. It's just
In a
that there
way.
are so many questions at the moment, such as they moved house after his presumed death. Of course, it could be that he was still alive, part of a kind of experiment, and thus was aware where his family moved after his supposed death, which would give him all the information that he needs. Alternatively, if there was an accident that had them or forced them to declare him death because he was a pile of blue sludge, I wonder how he would know this unless he's heard it. But yes, there is a chance that it is him trying to contact him, but he's incapable of
Because you're
verbalizing
as a
what he-
group and you're investigating stuff with the phone anyway, phone numbers can just be transferred to a new address.
Oh, that is true.
So
Well, can the phone company tell us if she kept her old number from?
I'll forgo the bureaucracy check since you're asking about stuff calling them anyway, and they will say yes, that phone number transferred when they moved.
Oh, right. Okay, so that means that's how he would know.
He's calling
Okay,
the
and so
old
if he
phone
has-
number, which happens to be a new address.
Right.
So hey, Agent Stone, you're a military guy. She was talking about a experimental craft. You don't happen to know anything about that?
No, not really. Not really.
Damn it!
Do you have any more
you were
information
Black
about it?
Ops.
I have a pretty good perimeter here. Like if something like tries to get on the yard, I can shoot him from 200 yards pretty accurately as not totally dark.
With the combination of what Mateo's been setting up and what Stone's been setting up and the patrol cars and let's just say that the additional supplies you've been requesting, maybe not quite a helicopter, but additional eyes patrolling around, you're fairly certain if a large, cumbersome creature were to come into this town, you would probably be informed about it, especially now that you know approximately when to expect it. It's a lot easier to be on high alert for a few days than a week when you don't know when it's coming. So, yes. If and when that happens and you are set up in this area, you're pretty certain you could intercept it before it ever gets to this house.
Yeah, and since this house got the call, it's gonna be this house most.
Remember,
likely.
phone number got transferred.
Yep.
Stone knows nothing about that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he was calling his old house. The last number he knows where his wife lived, which has already been transferred. Also, if it's a payphone, which I'm assuming is in a booth or kind, I'm not sure if America had those, but at least in Finland, they also usually came with a phone catalog, which would have had the address of the person. So if he is capable of reading, like he's capable of driving a car to an extent, then
I mean,
There's
there's a lot of
still the-
assumptions there.
figure
It's
out where
also
she
just,
lives.
hey, he knew his wife's phone number, so he called it.
Yeah.
Sure, but that means that he
exactly, yeah.
knows numbers at least, which means he's capable
I
of
find
reading
the mental
to a degree.
image of this monster thing in a phone booth, first off, putting quarters into the machine, and then
Yeah.
looking through the phone book, going, let's see, where's my wife's family?
No, but like
there
I
she
get
is.
that.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but exactly.
It's a
But
good
it clearly
idea.
can use
Good
a payphone, which means it knows how to put in coins. It has sentient, conscious thoughts that allows it to do this, and it recognizes numbers enough to press them.
Also, stuff
Or-
like
break the data.
hiding,
Okay, never mind, yeah.
driving, experimenting
Yeah,
with stuff, apparently
clearly
setting
smart.
traps, doing whatever the fuck with the CDC. This thing is not stupid. This
Exactly.
is not a
So
mindless monster.
yeah, exactly. So looking through a phone book, going, do they still live there? Oh wait, they have moved. I have the address now.
I mean, if you call them and you hear them on the other side, would you think, I must check the address now? Or would you think, oh, good, that still works. I'll go there.
The
Indeed,
creature's
that's the
coming here
question.
anyway. A bit
Yeah.
slower, but it's coming here anyway.
Yeah.
Right, and we evacuated the other place,
Yeah,
so there's
we
no
evacuated
danger
the
to
other
them.
house.
Yeah,
So-
although
so,
granted,
yeah,
you evacuated that
it should
for
be fine.
a few nights, and this is a week away, so
Yeah, so
True.
they'll be
They-
home.
yeah.
So we need to arrest them again.
you might
No,
need
not
to trump
arrest,
up some charges and be like, "Hey, we've found a ton of cocaine here. You're under arrest for a longer period."
Or a life-threatening fungal infestation, which takes 2 weeks at least to fumigate the house with.
Oh, maybe.
Aren't you
yeah,
fake
actual
CDC?
fumigation. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Let's go actual fumigation and just get.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like
just put
a
some
dangerous mold
cockroaches
that is.
inside, or plant some cockroaches inside. So it's an actual, like, legitimate way of making them move out for a bit. Because that's gonna be better than whatever else happens.
Yeah, let's not have them arrested and get on shit on their record that ruins their lives.
Mhm.
Because that shit gets
and like
tracked.
maybe this FBI Ghost Division might like maybe like pay them for like a weekend in a nice hotel and ask them to like use a what is that board to like contact spirits to
Ouija
like
board?
try to make a
Ouija
contact
board.
with like
Ouija
his husband.
Right.
The Luigi
Or-
board.
or
But the
Skype.
problem is, yeah, that would work for this house with the family, but the other house with the new residents,
Yeah, the
where
old house.
the old house.
Oh,
So
I thought they were already like
yeah, for a couple of
arrested
days.
or
But
something.
Yeah, therefore, yeah.
Yeah.
So the old house is vacated for a couple of nights. This guy won't be here until a week. So the old family or the old house will be rehabilitated by the new family anyway. So they'll be in danger if he does come there. So we need an excuse to keep them away for a few weeks, which is, well, like Hans suggested, let's get charges and let's put them in jail for a few weeks. But that's going to stay on record for them, and I don't think we want
Yeah.
that.
Offline, what was the reason to like arrest them for a few nights?
To get them out
To
of the
get them out
house
of the
so that it's
house.
safe.
Yeah.
the reason for the arrest itself,
Oh, the in-game
Yeah,
reason.
what did you use?
what was it?
Oh.
Did we
I
specify?
think it was
Right.
drugs.
I don't think.
We didn't.
It's
Yeah,
just
it
your
was
whole
just
idea
about
was-
something.
Yeah, the whole idea was to lock them up for questioning and
Oh,
then never
Yeah,
start
yeah.
them
It wasn't
fucking
arresting.
anything.
It was just like catch and
Because I was expecting the thing to be here a little sooner
Mhm.
than taking a
Yeah.
week.
me too.
Yeah, remember it's USA like the people all the time like sue government for like unlawful stuff like.
Yeah, you can definitely try
Yeah,
and
of
sue
course.
this Delta Green. That was
be
our
careful, be
thinking here.
But now, since they're gone, we will plant cockroaches in the house, ask for a fumigation, and good luck to them. Because even if they like don't like it, they probably don't want to live in a house with cockroaches anyway. So they're gonna do it anyway.
FBI showed up to my house and then told me that my house needed fumigation. The cockroaches were a national security threat. They were so big.
Just say that like we are the police searching for like drugs hidden in the house. It's gonna take a week.
Very
pay for the-
extensive search. Yeah, I mean, you could bullshit them anyway. It's fine. It's fine. It's
Sure.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, thank you.
yep, but it's fine. Just we'll go with that.
Did
But
that
we are
twice
still
already
digging
in
the
my
basement.
career.
Yeah.
Worked every time.
Yep. Yes, we're searching for drugs very slowly.
No. You can't move in yet. We have dug only 5 meters underground.
We're going to sue you for wrongful imprisonment. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Talk to our lawyers at Delta Green.
We just happened to find a lot of drugs. They might be from a previous tenant, but we need to go through every wall, every ceiling, every floor. It's gonna take a week, but the government's gonna pay you for your hotel, so it's totally fine.
Yeah, exactly. Just take this as a vacation.
Yeah. A vacation inside a jail cell. No, we're not letting you out. No, you might go back to the home, and then monster thing. No,
You
there's
might go
drugs.
hide your drugs.
Really, you should just be planting drugs and then have them actually arrested. It's way cleaner, less questions.
Yeah, it would be, but that's why I was like, the point is to make them believe they don't want to be there. That's why the cockroaches are like, oh,
which is a good plan.
They don't want to go.
But
Yeah, which is why I suggested that we claim that we have discovered a dangerous mold or some sort of infection in there, which means it needs to be fumigated, as opposed to throwing them in jail for drugs or something, which is going to show on their criminal record, which is going to fuck over any prospect of new jobs and
don't
anything.
Want that either. Yeah.
Unless Gorm is like, we can't kill civilians, well, we will kill their lives.
You give them multiple contradictory
that's exactly what
stories.
I want to.
Yeah, it's like we
want to
can
avoid
give
that.
them criminal records. This will fuck them up.
I mean, if it works. Anyway, being fumigated. I mean, weird that the FBI would show up for that, but sure. And then it's probably easy enough to contact an actual fumigator and be like, set up a tent around this now, and then leave. Yeah, well, it's been moved. We'll do it next month.
It takes a long time.
And now there's a fumigation tent around it with a big fat warning sign that says, "Warning, don't enter, being fumigated."
Yeah.
Of course, then there's a chance that the monster thing
enter.
will show up and see that and be like, "Oh, I guess I'll wait till they're done fumigating because they're somewhere else right now."
I kind of hate cockroaches, so I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I'll go in, and then the monster's revealed to actually be a big mutant cockroach with like human limbs.
There are many things I eat, but cockroaches is where I draw my line. Bears, people, rodents, but cockroaches, nuh-uh.
I hunt everything else except cockroaches, who are the apex predator. Yeah.
You weren't supposed to know that yet, but the monster's final scene is, you lure it into the house and then it gets eaten by 1 million cockroaches. They had an ending specifically for that. You found its weakness. The cockroach ending. But that's several days from now. It is currently October 6th. You have spent some time talking to the family, setting up defenses, and can re-engage these at any point when shit goes down. Which I guess we'll put over here as a note. So the question is, what do you do until then?
Mob up cockroaches, see.
Right. Just as a reminder,
there is explosion.
Well, yes, 1, there's the explosion, and 2, you did realize there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's just another one of these things currently running around backyards going whoop, 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 whatever the fuck near the original home somewhere. That should probably not be ignored.
True that. True. Okay. So
I was kind of going, oh, it's going here. So the little guy is probably coming here as well. But that is true.
No. They are like what? Well, okay. Maybe it's time for Dr. Gorm going. No. You already cracked it. But yeah, this might turn real dark. But maybe the original couple, they experimented with the baby or a fetus or whatever, and that's the problem that arose. Maybe it's an accident and it just infected the fetus instead of specifically because of the umbilical cord, whatever, Majib.
Okay, I think your partner in crime also sort of insinuated that and concluded that no, that is not the case. That you examined the body,
Yeah.
like she was not pregnant. This is not a baby.
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's just a midget version of, more than likely midget version of the lieutenant that's now running around. or amalgamation of the two adults, but it is currently a midget-sized thing that has infected the crows. Although the crows could have gotten infection by eating the corpse of the guy.
Probably would have.
Yeah. But that
Though
is
they
true.
had the DNA of the lieutenant.
Well,
This is
they
so
had,
weird.
but also, yeah, because the base goop is the lieutenant. That's the assumption.
Yes, it
and
is.
and anything else is just material for it to shape a kind of a vessel for itself to be more than goop.
So this lieutenant piloted a UFO, got infected himself from the membrane control panel thingy, right? And then he has 50-50 lieutenant alien DNA, and then just kind of it just goes from there, right? So I'm
My assumption is that he was an experiment for super soldiers, and that went horribly wrong.
the
And now he's an
experimental
immortal
craft kind
goop.
of does ring a bell,
I
but
mean,
yeah, maybe it's something
sure.
just
Could be
concocted up.
both. Yeah.
Anyway, we should go and stop the other one, the flubber. Now that we established that.
Sure.
Sure.
Let's try find that.
Right. Question is
Before it eats
how
someone's
and
kid.
what else do you? Yeah, because
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, we kind of lost the tracks.
Well, we can still go and try and like. We saw. Well, you found the birds, and
Yes.
now we go in and we are 4, and I don't know. Matteo knows about cleaning, and Stone knows about setting up perimeters and stuff like that. We actually have skills to track this thing down.
Okay, so as a group, the 4 of you go to the original crime scene and start tracking again?
I guess, well, that's my suggestion.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
want
fine
to
with that.
dictate.
Yeah, I mean,
you
that
have
works.
time.
I'm a little
The-
confused. Where is the original crime scene?
The original crime scene is where
In-
Mr. Greaves died,
Seattle.
with his lab,
Yeah.
where the thingy escaped, and the biolab was, that thing.
Do
I'm
we
calling it a
have?
crime
I mean,
scene, but, a body was there.
In Seattle.
In Seattle, which is about half a day away.
This part, the top part of this one.
yeah, okay.
That's the...
Yeah, why is it so slow?
It's going
You
on
wanted to
foot.
be here already. You pressed the fast forward button.
Yeah, skip to combat.
If you guys just, I mean, you have the option to just go, no, we
No,
sit here
but
on our
we
ass
drive
and
to
do
Seattle.
nothing. Just
Then we
you
drive to
back into the-
Billing. Then it's still so fucking slow that we drive back to Seattle.
Is it here yet?
We drive back to Billing. Then we,
It's
I
on
mean, we
foot
might
and
have
we're
time to drive back to
driving,
Seattle. Go back to Billing.
Well, remember your objectives, right? It's oh god, why is it so tiny?
Well, the answer is,
Yeah.
he
Identify
never
and contain the
evolved
threats.
He never evolved from the tentacles, as you said.
He's just very clumsily walking there. He's just a mushroom or something going very slowly. He's a tree. He's disguised as a tree. That's why you don't see him. But yeah,
A tree with legs.
All makes sense.
Oh, that's why he's so fucking
Yep.
slow. He's that moving tree. You guys, I don't know if you guys have been seeing those clips now recently.
No.
No.
You'll need to
Okay.
link me.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
The mission is identify and contain any unnatural threats. So not just the one thing. Whatever the general threat is and cause, to understand it, so you can say, yep, that was all of them. prevent further unnatural threats from developing. Yeah, okay. Sort of requires that you know what it is.
Yep.
And prevent awareness, public awareness of the unnatural. So many potential fucky things.
Yeah, well, the last one we kind of fucked up already, but
Did
then
you?
again, we recruited the guy, so
I
we
mean, a
unfucked it.
few guys is not the public. The public
Okay,
awareness
sure.
would be if the entire town sees you has a public fist fight over the course of a
Okay.
day with this thing.
Yeah.
So Mr. Stubbs isn't the public.
Or
I
worse,
gotcha.
if this infection just weirdly spreads throughout the world and everyone becomes infected and it's a zombie virus now. That's a class A fuck up if that happens.
Oh my goodness! I just now found out the or
Turkey.
noticed the Urky. Holy
Yep,
moly.
I noticed it too.
Yeah, it was a tiny running gnome from the lab that escaped.
Yeah, it's a tiny
Yes.
blue gnome. So
Wait, what?
Yeah, it just
yeah,
makes sense.
that's my gnome character from.
Oh, yeah,
AMP.
yeah.
From a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a player character.
Anyway, shall I just mark it down as, and then you go back and to search for some other leads until it's, between the 11th and 13th, and then you go to kill mode.
Yeah.
Well, we need to find the.
Investigate.
There are two entities. There's the bounce and there's the flubber, and we're trying to find the flubber
Investigate
because the bounce
flubber.
ain't here yet.
Investigate flubber. Kill bounce later.
Investigate your flubber.
So find and eradicate flubber, and
Okay.
after that, well, until the time limit goes up, or we eradicate it, then we go back to get bounce.
Right. Assuming that there's not all sorts of other things that require investigation. Also, let me just put down check bombing, bombing. Maybe lady got shooted. Don't know. Maybe ghost FBI. Cool. Some leads for next time. I'm sure
Ghost
one of them
FBI.
will be
Mhm.
something that's even GBI. That's not what I'm fucking getting.
Yeah.
Ghost. I
Well,
can't spell.
of course it's GBI because
The
it's
Ghost
Ghost
BI.
BI. Yeah.
The
Ghost Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
A Ghost GBI would just be redundant because it's like Ghost Bureau of Investigation.
Mm-hmm. It's DC Comics all over again.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, it's 9:00, so and this is as good a point to park it as ever. Like kill zone set up, arrives in billing. Kill zone set up. Just be
And
there.
then we run.
Equals okay. You have set up the kill zone and the patrol, so if it's that date and you're here, that'll probably go smoothly. Assuming, you're not suddenly fighting Godzilla or something.
Which just might be.
Maybe. I don't know. It's not
It's
like
the
a
blob.
different scenario that things could have gone here where that might have been the case or anything. I don't know.
I linked the moving tree thing.
Yeah.
Of course, it was a fucking Florida man. By the way.
Yes,
Of
of
course
course
it
it was.
There. This is fucking. It's disguised as a Christmas tree in July. It's slowly moving through the forest. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night.
Nighty night.